Oloram, Baljate Tur, Nervore, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 of our podcast. And, I think Episode 3 or 4 of Mando's After Dark. What's the about?
Something like that.
Dark is gonna be great when I finish this drink.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, spirits help us. Spirits help us.
Lord help
Committing
you.
so many crimes on the digital space.
Yeah, you heard it there. We're screwed after this one, everybody. So today's topic is self-defense, like hand-to-hand and medical. We don't have a language lesson that I know of. I'm going to double-check that real quick. I don't remember seeing one posted. I know I posted a little homework sentence in the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And the sentence was Soikoi nervore ibiki te karale kabur nikoi en eta resol semere rugla bal oyasir or Tennessee. And the translation of that was, hello everybody, hello my brothers and sisters, I am the casualties protector. I am 36 years old and live in Tennessee. And then I had Jate, Kutika, Mislana, Mi, Slanar, Ni, and Bal for just general vocabulary. And Jate is good. Kutika is a mashup of fur, little fur, and baby. So combined, that is fur baby, meaning your furry loved ones. Mislana is a combination of me, MHI, for we or us, and Slanar for go, which is a rough mashup for let's go or we go. And of course we know Ni is I and Bal is and. And just going off of some typical questions that were asked in the channel, is we ever figure out what the Mandoa word for bracers is, like arm plates. And a suggestion that was thrown out is Irud Gade, which is a literal translation of arm plate. That's pretty much all we've got for lessons. Let me check the Mandoa server. I didn't see one.
We do have talks in regards to an alphabet in the works.
One that is outside of the posted one from the Tal Jair, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're working on a more formal one that's actually able to be handwritten, because the current one is definitely more suitable for typing.
Yeah.
Or as a digital.
So we're making universal scribbles. Love it.
Yeah. That's what we're working on anyways. Over in the Johasad server.
Yeah.
So other than that, not much going on in the way of language right now. We'll get with Vaude Shannon and see what she's got going on in regards to getting a lesson out, or one of the other Johasads, to see what we got going on for weekly lessons. Kutika, Nesh. They're not trying to get in, and if they do, they're gonna fuck around and find out.
One bark of protest.
Don't you talk back to me, young lady. What'd I say?
I can't believe I folded with the flush. I'm a fucking idiot.
How?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
This is a second glass of whiskey. Don't make fun of me.
Oh,
Oh,
you
this is
do
only
that,
the second one,
you
and
do
you're
that.
blaming that? Really? Is that your self-defense?
It is
See what I did
because
there?
I actually filled these things up to like where they're almost overflowing, so it's not like a normal person glass.
Oh, you actually did like 3 or 4 finger glass.
Yeah. Actually, it's 5.
Oh, so you just filled the glass up all the way, and
With honey. With honey.
Honey or maple syrup?
Oh, that's maple syrup. That's what I meant to say. It was from fucking Wisconsin. It's like
I did get me another 5-pounder of honey. The Walmart brand was like $18 for a 5-pound. I was like, honey price has gone down. Awesome.
that's really weird too.
What, that honey price went down, or I was able to find it for $18?
Both.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was like, wasn't planning on getting
It's a
any, but
government
fuck yeah, I'm gonna get it
It's a
now.
government conspiracy. 100%. It's gotta be.
Okay, Aru, I just saw your don't mind me, I'm just watering the you-know-whats. That's fucked up. That's why we don't give you fire.
Yeah, my girlfriend's caught on to the whole my shenanigans, and she only lets me have lighters supervised when I'm smoking cigars. So
You use lighters with a cigar? Ugh.
I just use the fire of my enemy's flesh.
And so, like, I was looking at getting a flamethrower for Grandma, and then she's like, "You're not getting it for your grandmother. You're getting it for yourself." And I was like, "Well, I'm the one that has to go out and clear the freaking walkway and everything. So yeah, it's for me."
It's like, it's gonna be yours, but I'm gonna use it for you.
That's pretty much it.
Well, a little bit of news on my IRL side. I've been driving for Lyft for 2 weeks now. Made considerably better. Made like $300 more this week than I did last week, which is good for me. It means I'm able to pay bills.
How many meth heads did you run into?
None.
Really? In your fucking area?
Yeah. Well, it's also the time of day that I drive. I drive early. I drive morning to afternoon shift.
I thought they were daytime walkers.
No.
They're
Not all the
daytime
time.
walkers up here.
I also try not to drive in said areas where they are most populated in. But I do have an interview for a warehouse position on Friday at like 3:30.
Are you forklift certified?
Been forklift certified for the last 10 years, motherfucker.
Yeah, they still are dragging their feet on forklift certification for me.
Oh, that
I was
sucks.
supposed to get it weeks ago.
Yeah, see, I go in where forklift certified, so it's not like I'm going in for a picker position and then they're like, yeah, we need people on lifts. I was like, I could drive one. No, I go in as a forklift wherever I go.
I think a lot of warehouse work, typically, like, forklift certification is an easy, like, couple dollars raise.
Usually, yeah. Like, for example, at Milwaukee where I was working, the line pickers were making like $15. If you got trained on an EPJ, you got boosted all the way up to 18, which is what the base pay for the equipment operators who run everything, who can run everything in the building make. And that really pissed a lot of us off. We're not mad that they're making that. We're glad that they're making the money. But it's just the fact that they didn't give us a boost because we know everything. When they did that boost to get people up to that $18, we were the equipment operators, we were under the assumption that we were going to be getting 50 cents per equipment that we already know how to go, so that would give us a $2 raise. That's not the way it worked. It was to get the other people who did not know how to drive those equipment up to that $18 mark.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of sketchy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it made a lot of us mad.
Know your worth, people.
Over at the welding shop that I'm at, we do custom work. It's not a production shop. It's actually pretty slow paced. Everything we do is custom made. So like we all do the same stuff over and over again, but it's like different sizes. Engineers have to remake their crap every single freaking time for every single freaking job. So
Yikes.
it takes a lot of time for them to do that, and I mess something up. It eventually will get kicked back to the engineers because I'm new and still kind of incompetent with my stuff. It's a reality. It's nothing. I just have to keep learning and actually give a shit about what I do. And
what was that?
I'm trying to. I like welding. I like sea welding specifically. But that machine is really fucking picky. Oh my god.
See, the most I can do is stick weld. And that's been like 15, 20 years since I've done that.
Nobody does stick welding around here anymore.
I have to relearn the different sticks, but I can do it.
Yeah, that's all I'd have to do. So I've heard that MIG and TIG welding is much easier than the arc, though. Because
this company is a German company that just operates with the United States, they've also made it very clear that they hate us.
Shocker there.
Right.
The Germans are kind of not friendly towards us to any degree. And so basically what ended up happening was that they took away any ability to negotiate from the shops.
Ooh.
At least ours specifically. So if you want to say, I'm worth more than what you're giving me, the shop's going to be like, we can try to put a request in, but they're going to deny it.
Right.
So you have to get, like, it has to be peddled through somebody in Dubai, then go all the way to Germany, and get, like, 4 different fucking signatures from what I'm hearing. And if any of them deny it, it just gets kicked back, so you're just fucked.
Yeah, nice.
It's miserable. People, and there's a reason why there's so many people leaving. Before I got there, they used to have like 100 people working just in the metal shop. And out of the 100 people, there was probably like 20-ish people in sheet metal. Yeah, there's 4 of us. So they are hemorrhaging employees on top of the fact that they only just recently got people up past the $20 an hour mark. I started at 25, which it's Hudson, so there's going to be, you know, it's still in the northern states where there's still a little bit of a, what I would say, high living cost, or higher living cost. And so $25 an hour is actually not too hard to find for trade jobs, especially if you've been in it for maybe less than a year. As a result, they do ask, my coworkers do come up and ask what I'm making, because they want to make sure that they're not being fucked over by this company. And so I'm pretty open with it with them, and they're just like, when I started here like 10 years ago, I was making $15 an hour, and that's what they start. They only just recently got us, some of us, up to like 18 for some of the folk that have been there for a hot minute. And then they bumped everybody up to like past 20. Probably just a few months before I got there. Now, the problem is, there is people there that start off higher than the people that have been there for fucking years, and they're pretty not okay with it.
I would imagine not.
And,
like, this guy's coming in at $25. He's only been doing it 2 years. Versus someone making 15, been doing it for 20.
And all the guys in sheet metal are really old guys. They're getting close to retirement within the next 6 months to a year, or if they just get pissed off enough to leave.
Right.
So it's going to be 2 people, and then that last person is going to leave if everybody else is. So I will be the only one, and I'm a temp. I know nothing about this sheet metal shit. They have been showing me, so they've been really good to me. The guys take care of me. They show me the tricks and everything, and they keep me on my toes. And I had to learn how to work in a shop. I never worked in a shop before, so they're just like, "Do you have any shop experience?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "How the fuck did you get this job?" And I was like, "They did not say it was required." So here I am.
Tends to be how it is.
Yeah. Then they're just like, well, why do you not know how to do it? Get out of here.
Yeah, and there's no schools around here that teach sheet metal, by the way. So, like, if you have sheet metal workers, they're a godsend. They don't teach that anywhere around here. It's all been gutted.
All right, so we do need to get on topic of medical and our...
Basically, buy IFAC and buy training IFAC and do the thing.
And training you sit either on yourself or a family member.
Just hold down my little brother and be like, come here, you little shit.
Just don't put the gauze in his mouth.
Well, this is supposed to stop him from screaming and prevent him from biting his tongue.
Ace bandage. Ace bandage around the top of the head, down to the mouth, and back up.
But yeah, so what specifically about IFACs are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
Should we start with like where you probably should be sourcing and what you need to have in a kit?
Probably. For anyone who does not know what IFAK stands for, it's Individual First Aid Kit. And it's gonna have your most basic items in it, such as your band-aids, tourniquets, tweezers, scissors.
There's gonna probably end up being a few items, depending on where you source them, that you legally should not utilize.
I'm gonna be honest. For the most part, this is gonna be your owie.
Yeah, it's a stop the bleed kit. So basically, if it's something traumatic where you have hemorrhage, massive hemorrhage, so
I was gonna make sure that you didn't mean hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhage. You know what? I've been drinking.
I'm pretty sure that's what I heard you say. It's like in case you got major hemorrhoids. I was like, you don't need an IFAC for that.
No, but it's like, it's not even just for like gunshot wounds. It's like if you cut off a fucking finger or some shit.
Or if you give your finger a circumcision.
Oh, I don't even want to think of that. That's worse.
I gave my finger a circumcision. It did not feel good.
Remember, if you're doing fabrication, don't wear jewelry.
Right.
Deglovings are not fun.
Okay, so thanks to Aranad Bonell, we have a item list of what's in a Marine's IFAC. For the minor injury kit, it contains 8 bacitracin packets. I'm assuming this is quantity and then size is 10 3/4 inch by 3 inch adhesive bandages. It would have 5 2 inch by 4 inch adhesive bandages, 2 polyester bandanas. Yeah, I had to make sure my contacts weren't screwing me over and it said something else. 1 2 inch by 100 inch reinforced tape, a single 4 inch by 16 inch water gel burn dressing, and 10 micropure water purification tablets. And then inside the trauma side of the kit, it has 2 sterile gauze bandage rolls, 2 H compression bandages, 2 combat application tourniquets. Those would be your cats. And then you have a Bolin chest seal, a wound seal kit, a hemostatic gauze bandage, and a casualty response card. So we'll try to go through those individually. I'm not exactly sure what the bacitracin packet is, or if I'm even pronouncing that right. There's my phone. So it's
for tracing bass.
I highly doubt that.
Well, you know they're Marines. They swim in the water. So sometimes you got to track the bass.
That's not even how it's spelled. Okay, so it looks like it's kind of like a neosporin kind of thing.
Yeah, bacitracin is an antibiotic.
Yeah, I was looking up what bacitracin. Thank you for helping me pronounce it right. And it was like bacitracin versus neosporin. So that definitely, it's like he said, it's an antibiotic ointment. And it looks like Uline sells it, Walgreens, MetaFirst. It's misspelled on the list that we've got there, but easy enough to find. Then the adhesive bandages, that's going to be your normal Band-Aid kind of thing. Then you've got the 2x4 adhesive bandage. That's going to be for your bigger slashes or even for the pews. At least on the entry side. What are you doing, Zell?
Mixing.
I couldn't tell what you were doing at first.
We're all getting drunk.
Not me yet. I might have to go get me some mead here in a second if y'all gonna keep acting like this. That's the Mando After Dark, and that's to get me to sleep because I'm gonna have to start driving early again. He encountered a game-breaking bug. What did you find?
What about a game-breaking bug?
In the poker, it's not letting him make a call, apparently.
I have no idea.
Apparently he wants to call because I think he's got a good hand then. Oh, we had a Chaos Crow join us. Welcome, Vaude.
Howdy.
Welcome.
Howdy,
We're
howdy.
talking about IFAKs and what was it? Self-defense or hand-to-hand?
Self-defense, specifically? Like a continuation of last week's?
Okay.
My medical kit is probably a little more advanced than just a standard one.
Oh, good. You can help us out this week then.
Mm-hmm.
Because my first aid kit is basically just an owie kit from Walmart.
Yeah, I've got a background in EMS, so
Yeah.
I have a few extra things in there that most wouldn't have, but I don't carry anything like an intubation kit or anything like that, but I do try to keep it fairly standard where most can access things in it. The few things that I do have in there that most would not have would be like chest seals and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Quick clot.
Something
I do have
like that.
but I am very hesitant to use that. That's some pretty wicked stuff.
That's this is do or die stuff.
Yeah.
Usually with a quick clot, a lot of people tend to overuse it, not knowing the potency of the material.
Mm-hmm.
I was just told to keep stuffing until it stops bleeding.
I mean, it's a good philosophy.
I'm pretty sure the military has even cut back on the use of quick clot.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
only
was trained on quick clot. I don't even remember what I used. It was from North American Rescue though. All of the gear was NAR. All of it was NAR. The whole thing.
Nart!
our corpsman trained us pretty much to stuff the gunshot wound and put the quick clot like on top and then just smush that with a bandage.
Now, see, I thought the corpsmen and medics training was just here's some Motrin and water and change your socks.
Oh,
So you forgot about grunt candy.
you mean
That's the
airborne M&Ms?
Motrin.
You mean Percocet?
No, ibuprofen.
Don't forget.
You know, the thing that every doctor prescribes for painkiller as a painkiller. Hey, 100 milligrams ibuprofen.
No,
Yeah,
that
fucking
goes
douche.
with the cold and flu kit they give out. It's like, oh, you got the sniffles? Here you go. Here's some lozenge, ibuprofen. You're good.
Anything opiate based that is in pill form is actually has a nickname of Reese's Pieces.
It just as a disclaimer, we're not telling you to go out and get any of these pills.
No.
Not the advanced stuff,
After Dark
anyways.
story is what I have a story of Percocet for you guys after.
Oh shit! Oh, this is gonna be a fun one then.
I mean, most
Eventually, like, quite honestly, if anybody like hears the story and they served with me on the Air Force Base, they'll definitely know who I am right off the bat.
Pretty sure
There's
they
one
might
thing-
just recognize the voice, maybe.
So if I can go ahead and jump around a little bit in topics for hand to hand, the exercises I do sometimes that makes my grip strength stronger and my wrist control stronger is literally farmer carries. And then when I do farmer, I literally have a plastic sword, like a trainer sword. It's a Roman cavalry sword, so I don't have to go into the name. But I literally extend out, so bend my wrist down and then bend my wrist up, and I do that for exercise. And this plastic sword is about 3-ish pounds. After a while, it gets pretty exhausting. Yeah, it helps your grip strength, but it also helps controlling your wrists while you have somebody, say, not wanting to.
Okay, how do I raise
controlled.
that? Okay, there we go.
It also helps in a lot of other, pretty much anything you have to hold on to. Those exercises will benefit greatly.
Oh, also before I forget, tourniquets. Don't get shit on Amazon.
Right. Well, some of them can be good. Just
I would never
check
trust
with
it.
what you're
I would
getting.
never trust it. There's so many like fake shops that can be put up there. They don't really, as much as they say they vet it, they don't vet it. They don't have the time to.
Do your research if you're going to get anything off of Amazon.
I have one of those new tourniquets because for a while they had those cats,
Yep.
but like those rationing ones are awesome.
There's a listing that exists out there. I forget what the name was, but it basically says all the authorized use, tried, tested, and true tourniquets, brands. What else have you? So your softies, your cats. I keep forgetting. There was a list of them. I can't fucking remember the rest of them. I don't even remember what the list was called. God, it's gonna take me. I have to go through like all of my messages to find it. I don't know if there was a DoD list or if it was like a national first responder list. I can't remember. But yeah, you can get training how to use these from the Red Cross and all of them. do stop the bleed courses. There's a lot of different places that do stop the bleed courses. You're basically just looking for physical training. You can also just look it up on YouTube. A lot of the videos on Stop the Bleed are in fact on there. A lot of the training materials are really expensive, like your dummies. They're probably a good couple thousand at least. So basically, if you can get the cheap Amazon knockoff crap as a training simulation, because you might find some NAR products in there, but the tourniquets are probably more than likely the piece that are going to be fake. So if it's fake, it's still at least semi-usable, at least for a training aid, so you don't use your real one. That's just, I guess, my philosophy on it.
No, that's a good thought process to have if you're going to get them. Is because I mean, you should train. If you're going to have something, you should train with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you have free time and you're not doing anything, pull it out, start operating on yourself. Not with the scalpel.
Yeah, I was about to say, not with anything sharp. Practice band-aids.
Practice band-aids.
So if you check with your local fire department, oftentimes they have classes. Sometimes even the local hospitals, EMS units, non-emergency ambulance places will often put on just local outreach things where they will teach you how to do appropriate bandaging. You know, maybe you need to learn CPR, things like that, and they teach those things there and give you a lot of really good hands-on experience with it. So that's where I would say to check first if you want to get some experience. Just thought. It usually doesn't cost much. Sometimes it's donations, sometimes it's free.
What I hear a lot of the time not get covered enough in the civilian sector is actually decent bedside manner when you're treating somebody. So, like, how it usually supposed to be done is, like, when you come across somebody who's, like, laying on the ground, fading in and out of consciousness, is, like, get their attention, while you're addressing their wound and doing proper triage. And then, like, literally just, like, talk about or, like, ask them questions, first and foremost, because you want to get them, like, responsive. And, if they're answering your questions, cool, it's great. You never want to say, oh, hey, your wound is fine, you're gonna be okay, whatever. Literally none of that. It's like, literally ask them, like, their favorite food, or what are
general chit chat.
Yeah. It's like, what are they looking forward to next week?
Make sure they stay responsive at the same time. You don't want to bring attention to the issue
or the situation at hand,
as well as giving false hope.
Exactly.
Aru,
So
how did we let two bots beat us?
I was drunk and not paying attention, if I'm gonna be honest. I
Yeah,
just kept doing all in, and I got 4,000. I lost it all. But yeah, no. The what I've been trained is, like, only for a good rule of thumb. I only ever use NAR shit when I pack a kit. And there is a site that is a NAR dealer that gives out frequent deals that are actually really good. Rescue Essentials is the site I use, and you can get an entry-level IFAK and everything, because here's the thing, like, your IFAK is supposed to be for you. If you get injured, your IFAK is for you.
This is for you when you get hurt. Use the other person's for when they get hurt.
No one's going to use, or I'm not going to say no one, because first responders are going to use the materials they have on hand, but in a more tactical situation, your IFAK is for you.
The medic will have a bag for everybody.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But you also don't need to break the bank with the big bag if you're not the trained medic. You shouldn't be having it.
Right.
You should not have it. So that being said, though, have your IFAK. Maybe have a backup, because 1 is none and 2 is 1 whole deal. So if you're gonna, for newcomers and beginners and all that, you're gonna look online, you're gonna take a look at these prices, and you're gonna go, "Holy crap, this is expensive."
They are, but it's worth it for the items.
Yeah, you cannot cheap out on this equipment. It is literally life or death.
One thing that's needed is a good pair of trauma shears for everybody, because you
Yes.
don't know if somebody may have gotten shot and their trauma shears got hit, so you can't necessarily use their trauma shears, and the corpsman is, attending to somebody else. You need a pair of trauma shears.
Yeah. Also, if you do get the rescue essential stuff, you're likely going to get a needle D and an NPA, which, if you're not trained to use, please, for the love of God, do not use them.
For those that do not know what those are, what are those exactly?
Needle D is basically needle decompression. You're shoving a needle into someone's ribs. That's if
don't do that
your
unless you're
airway
trained.
is obstructed, and you need to puncture a hole essentially to get them to breathe again. The NP, I believe it's an NPA. I could be misremembering that, but it's a tube that you stick in someone's nose, very uncomfortable, and that is also supposed to help clear air passage.
So wait, you're saying I shouldn't make an emergency stoma?
No,
No.
emergency stoma, please.
NPA is nasal pharyngeal airway device.
Oh, it is NPA. I was right.
Nose hose.
Basically.
They're not super hard to use, but yeah.
It's best if you're not trained, don't do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, here's a good rule of thumb. If it's something that's going to be invasive to the person's body outside of, like, stopping the bleed itself, do not fucking use it. Hey, even if you do it right, that Good Samaritan law that you have in your state or where else are you is only going to get you so far. Like, it can only
Right.
protect you so far.
It's like in one moment you could be a good Samaritan, and then in the next moment you could be Dr. Zed from Borderlands.
Right.
No, that's actually it. Like, people are gonna, regardless of the situation, there is a high probability that people want money and they can't go after the person that injured them, so they're gonna go after you. So just be aware of that.
Oh no, they can go after the person that injured them. The Good Samaritan law is to protect
The Good
you.
Samaritan wants to protect you, but doesn't mean they're not gonna at least try to and soak up some money
Oh,
out of
yeah.
you if they can.
Oh yeah.
People are just as petty about gun incidents as they are about people trying to help them. And especially if they don't know who shot them, because, mass robbers are a real thing, you can't go after them. So this is the kind of thing, like, if you can't go after things that you can't control, then likely if you're lashing out, you're going to go after the thing that you can control, regardless of if you're successful or not. So that's just be aware. There's always the potential for being sued, even if you help people. It's a whole disaster.
Sadly.
So, unfortunately,
Oliver's going all in with me.
yeah. Oh, did I hit all in? Fuck.
Yep.
God damn it. Well, there goes my fucking life savings. Oh, I gotta pack up the house because I just lost it. Oh, I won!
Nice. You're welcome. I helped you.
Oh, the whiskey is amazing. It's a good luck charm.
No, that was me putting all my 1K in.
Oh, $5,000. Get fucked. But yeah, so it just don't use anything invasive. If you're gonna have to finger fuck a gunshot wound, so be it. But like, just be mindful of what you're doing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like just a gunshot wound. Like, there's significant amounts of things that can give you quite the laceration.
Oh yeah. But like, in the context, at least with, if we're tying this into self-defense later, I will say, if you own a firearm, you better fucking own an IFAC.
Yeah.
One cannot exist without the other reasonably. So,
Excuse
for
me,
your
that was
safety.
Well, my dog looks like she wants to
you
throw
can
up.
have lacerations, you can have cuts that are deep enough that are arterial bleeds. You can have missing appendages. Most of the stuff is going to be like, I feel like it's either going to be like blunt force, your cuts, your lacerations, and things that penetrate. So like if you are fucking impaled or something.
Whenever you have a torso blunt force trauma, it's actually good to have a coagulant medication.
Yeah, I know nothing about like internal bleeding stuff. That is definitely outside of my knowledge.
I'm going to say this: if you're dealing with impalements, first off, do not try to remove the whatever it is that is impaling you.
Yeah.
Will do more harm than good.
Out of all the things that you should not do, that is one of them.
To include a stab. If there is a knife stabbed inside a person, do not remove it.
I remember one time in our local hospital, somebody literally came into the ER with a knife sticking out of his neck. Now, it wasn't like a...
Damn, I
super
forgot
big
that I
knife.
was still playing game. My dog was trying to eat her own hair and shit, trying to make herself puke. So she's outside now.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, I've noticed she'll do that. She'll just go around, it's like... doing that thing where they're acting like they're gonna vomit and... Like, she'll just eat shit that's around, just laying on the ground to try to make herself go.
What the actual thing?
Which makes me wonder what the fuck she got in the first place to make her want to do that.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. Holy shit, I actually won something?
Oh no, I'm not doing that shit. I have learned my lesson.
Apparently
oh fuck,
not.
I could have won!
I called all in with
That is
$2,000.
the big gay. That is the big gay.
Nice.
In regards to medical, understand the difference between a trauma kit, an IFAC, a first aid kit, medic pack. To know the difference between those is very much important, because your trauma kit is going to be, if you're running a portable trauma kit, prepare to carry a rucksack.
Yeah. You're going to be carrying a shitload of medical you don't need.
You always use the term trauma, and your IFAC is kind of interchangeable, I guess. Everything else
I didn't have shit in my hand.
Well, what I mean by the difference between an IFAC and a trauma kit is trauma kits are the full spectrum, able to handle damn near anything and everything outside of actually being at a field hospital kind of situation.
Yeah, the you like your burn kits, your stop the bleeds. God, there's a list of them. I think there's like 4 main ones that I see every time I look at like one of the specialized kits. They have.
Okay, how do I raise? Because it's not letting me raise. Okay, there we
you
go.
have to hit bet. Or bet.
If you're the first one to raise, it's bet. After that, then everyone else raises against you.
Yeah.
So what the military does is actually has the trauma kits A through D. And so what the trauma kit A is...
Oh, you
is
lucky
the-
bastard. You had 2 pairs.
the
I had
whole
only had
entire
1.
trauma kit. And then the B
You're
is just like
welcome.
the one that they give to individual soldiers that say, oh, hey, if anything goes down, you'll probably need these. And that's
right.
That's the trauma kit inside of the IFAC. And then the bigger one is in the advanced first aid kit.
Right.
And then you also have your C and D trauma kits, which
Time to go let
have
doggy in.
different. It protects against different atmospheric conditions.
So yeah, carry kits, look up stuff, rescue essentials, NAR, all that shit.
Something I wouldn't be opposed to advising to have EpiPen.
If you need it.
That's $700, dog.
If you can afford it. If you can afford it. And hopefully
Nah.
one day they'll be actually truly affordable.
Just give them 40 milligrams of Benadryl and just send good vibes their way.
Just get a fast one. Just get a fast one. Hit him in the sternum. Plug him with adrenaline. Let's go. For anybody that doesn't know what a fast one is, it's like a 7-pronged piece from hell that you stab in someone's sternum, and it gives fluids. Typically, I think it's adrenaline, if I'm not mistaken. I only
Hey,
know this
Aru.
because I was threatened to be stabbed by one multiple times.
You do the
Aru,
ATP
look what I got.
adrenaline cocktail. Just making them just beat 250 beats per second. Beats per minute.
I guess it might help if I unmute first. Aru, I was trying to talk to you. Look what I went to grab.
I can't see. All I see is I can't see it at all.
God damn it, my background.
It's your background.
Mm-hmm.
The backgrounds are nice, trying to keep the dogs and shit out of the video, but... There we go.
That's a lot of hats, my guy. Oh no! Oh no, that shit almost killed me. Nope.
What?
Last time I drank that shit, I started crying about the Congo for no apparent reason.
Old Smoky Moon.
I had the White Lightning and I mixed it with Cherry Coke, let me tell you.
Oh, that's where you went wrong. You
Yeah,
mixed it.
I had the entire fucking bottle.
Good lord, dude.
Why'd
Within
you
a
go and
span of
mix it?
2 hours.
Dude, what tastes really good is the cream soda Dr. Pepper with the caramel whiskey.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, see, I've also got Jack Tennessee Fire up on top of the fridge, too.
Ooh.
I have
Which I might be
Moonshine.
getting to open because this is stuck.
Do you need help there, old man?
Yeah,
Please.
I've got Moonshine. It's a Minnesota
Open for
brand.
me.
It's actually really good. I've got Moonshine, I've got Bombarda Rum, I've got Hercules Mulligan, and what was the last one?
Once
I
again,
need
reminder:
purpose.
do not use alcohol to sterilize a wound.
Nope. Unless
Depends
it's
what kind of
ever
alcohol.
If
clear.
it's rubbing alcohol, you can do that.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like Jack Daniels and all that.
You can also drink it if you're brave enough. Don't do it, please.
I got some of that, too.
Oh,
You
you
also cannot drink hand sanitizer, please.
Oh, yeah.
No,
it'll
do
only make
not.
you blind.
I don't know. If it's that homemade shit...
The 4 shots are the best part.
Ironically enough, you can actually use a sparing amount of grain alcohol, but nobody has grain alcohol.
Right.
True grain alcohol. That'll be a
Unless you have
discussion
like
for
an
another day.
alcoholic that's very determined to smuggle some along.
Alright, fuck it. I couldn't get the Old Smoky open, so I went with the good old Tennessee Fire.
You're shitting blood
Do
lately.
you have duct tape?
Ooh, that's some good stuff.
I was gonna say I could teach you how to open it.
I mean, the deck tape
Yeah,
method
easier to
is
give up
pretty
and just
advanced.
get something that's already open.
Fair.
I mean, you kind of either need a slightly wet dishcloth or like one of those silicone grippy pads.
hmm
I guess a silicone sheet would be better.
I need those grippy socks.
Oh, I have,
Go to the
I have-
hospital.
yeah, I have like 3 pairs of those.
Oh dear God.
Two are from a trampoline park, and one is from the Not Fun Way.
AKA, he got admitted for a minute.
Every girl I know that I honestly, pretty much every girl I've dated has had a grippy sock vacation.
Well, it's funny. It's the Not Fun Way. The one I got from the actual Not Fun Way, I threw away. So the ones that I do have is actually when I almost died when I was 15.
Ooh.
Did you still have those?
Oh yeah. Oh, Dirk keepsake from 10 years ago.
And they're comfy.
I never use them. Honestly, for comfort, I prefer my boot socks from basic training.
I did get grippy socks, I believe, when I was hospitalized from the the appendix situation.
Now, I will say I will say the one thing I just recently bought, which I didn't think it was something I'd ever buy, was Crocs.
You're dead to me.
You bought the Idiocalypse socks?
No, I haven't bought them yet. They're the Amazon try before you buy.
No, you can definitely get tactical Crocs. They're a real thing. People
I
don't
don't-
want you to know
that's-
this, but the
no.
tactical Crocs in the park are free. You can take them home. I have 50 of them in my basement.
Wait, from where?
I was making an Alex Jones reference. No one wants you to know this, but the tactical Crocs in the park are free. You can take them home. I think he was talking about ducks. I think he said ducks in the park are free. You can take them home.
Probably.
Not wrong, but
I mean, even if you get pulled over, like while you have the duck in your
Aru's
lap,
out.
going home,
I'm too
it's like-
rich for him.
I mean,
like-
who's gonna really stop you?
Yes.
He's already gotten this far.
Exactly. It's like
Now, see, you want to really get a cop to be like, nope, not touching this. Have a goose.
If you have such an absurd thing that's not illegal, they just don't want to touch it.
I would leave the geese
Tactical
alone
assault goose.
I would leave the geese alone because I don't want something that has the drive but not the capability to kill me inside an
Wanna
enclosed
bet?
space.
Yeah, that.
You
those
want
things
to
are-
bet? You think a goose that has teeth cannot kill you?
It's gonna
At
take
least
a
not
while.
before I kill it. It's a
Ah.
lot smaller than me.
Geese don't only have teeth on their bills; they have it on their tongues.
Also, don't forget about the barbs on their dicks.
I wasn't going to
Ow!
go that far, but
I
okay.
thought that was cats.
No, those are
Oh, no.
geese and other waterfowl.
Oh no, cats do too.
Oh,
So anyway,
something
Back
more
on
friends
topic,
before we
please.
Yugoslavia.
Back on topic, medical.
You're gonna need medical if you got if you got that coming at you. It doesn't help if you choke on it, Aru.
Gross. Fucking folded! No!
Ah!
Should definitely advise take a first aid class, get CPR certified, give any and all as Mando. Get any and all certifications one can get.
Oh, 100%. All the Void should be cert chasers
Yeah.
to varying degrees.
I can't believe that worked.
Also, get forklift certified. Irresistible. There is no better weapon than a forklift. Cannot change
Dude,
my
you are
mind.
not kidding.
I had a former coworker say that the day he quits is the day he's going to get one of the old like Japanese kamikaze headbands, strap it to his head, jump on a forklift and just go Rambo on everything.
Now I will say the last place I worked did get kind of lucky because I was gonna blow the fuck up on them. Not actually I'm not saying I wasn't gonna blow the building up. Please, nobody
gonna make a
report me
joke.
for that shit.
And
I mean, like
think we would get,
verbally go off on
you
them.
would get banned if I made the joke, so I'm just not going to.
I was gonna verbally go off on them on my last day, the day that I just could not take it anymore. But they beat me to it Monday when I heard my phone going off on that Monday. Before I could even go in, I wasn't even anywhere close to waking up. And it was my temp agency calling me saying, hey, they're ending your assignment, don't go in today. I forgot to watch the game. Damn it. Yeah, at least I didn't get a bet or anything.
Yeah, I got 2 pairs, don't try.
I got 1 pair in my hand. I got
No! No!
3 of a kind.
No! Oh, that makes sense.
they won on 3 of a kind.
That one hand where I had the higher pair and yet still lost.
It's the bot. They always win.
Oh no, this was between me and Auto Hutun. I had a pair of 3s and 7s. We shared the 7s. He had a pair of 2s. We both had ace high, yet he won.
It was probably because you were red. Black supremacy.
Yeah, spades will win.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, whatever. Anyways,
Aru's out. Good idea.
but yeah, as far as Mando, self-improvement, being able to provide assistance to those who can't provide for themselves, knowing how to field dress, I'd say, is another thing to definitely learn. Quite honestly, go to an army surplus store, or hell, I'm pretty sure you can get it online in a PDF file of the
Damn it.
Cub Scouts or
I bet
Boy
too
Scouts
much.
handbook. They have a lot of information when it comes to first aid in that. I should know. I've read through it.
Also, just use a glue gun if you really need to.
Or super glue.
I will say
Super
I've
glue
used the
has
liquid
not-
skin band-aid when I circumcised my finger. It worked great.
Just use liquid cement.
I didn't have
Do
any
not
super glue
use- do
available.
not
I
use
really
liquid
need to go out
glue.
and get some.
Funny enough, super glue actually isn't made the way it used to be.
Nope,
so
it's not as sticky. It takes more time to set now.
Takes more time to set, and it's actually not as what is it, like antiseptic?
Yeah, well, okay, so yeah, back a million years ago, is that
I made the bot fold.
cyanoacrylate was actually made with alcohol. That's why it dried so quickly. But now it doesn't have the alcohol, so it just takes forever to dry. But yeah, cyanoacrylate is the chemical compound.
Mm-hmm.
Science, yeah.
I'm a science nerd.
Yes! Fucking got you!
Are you falling back into
I got him with a
houses?
straight. I'm sorry, y'all.
Another thing that you might want to think about getting in your pack is over-the-counter. Oh shit! What's that, like, local anesthesia?
Narcan.
No, not Narcan.
No,
that's
I
for
don't think it's
overdose.
It
that.
starts with it's lidocaine.
Yeah, lidocaine. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
over the counter.
Why I thought it was Narcan legit.
Narcan is for overdosing.
Yeah.
Oh, so like the dude in my parking lot today.
Yeah, pretty much. But get you some like over the counter lidocaine for local anesthesia.
So there's actually two forms of lidocaine. One is an injectable, which is a little bit better, and then one is just the topical ointment. It's if you have like a laceration, it's actually okay to put the ointment inside the cut to kind of assist you a little bit, but don't put too much because
Ooh, I got Coke.
you can
I can make
OD
a
on
Jack
it.
and Coke.
So the proper application here is to look them in the eye and say it puts the lotion on the skin or against the hose again.
I mean, that would be teetering towards bad bedside manner.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
But it's good instructions. How can it be bad bedside manner when it's good instructions?
Because you're trying to keep the person calm.
The joke's on them, they get the hose either way.
Right. The NPA hose.
The NPA hose.
I mean, depending what side they're on the bullet hose.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing at that. I'm
If they're having
sorry.
heat stroke, they gotta give them the silver bullet, you know?
God, oh, fuck.
So, for those who don't know what the silver bullet is,
Oh no.
Oh, I'm hurting just thinking of it.
you shove it up someone's ass if
Speaking of heat injuries, you want to help prevent heat injuries?
Don't
First
stay out
off,
in the sun.
don't stay out of the sun. But if you are feeling dehydrated,
Get
Pedialyte.
out of the sun immediately, for one.
Yeah.
Pedialyte. I cannot stress enough how.
Sit in the shade or indoors, drink some water slowly, and the Pedialyte.
Not electrolytes.
No.
It's just straight water.
Is designed. No. Pedialyte is designed with, like for sickness and dehydration and all that in mind. Like Pedialyte actually, back in like I think it was either 2005 or 2015, actually saw a spike in their sales, a positive spike in their sales, because adults were using it as a hangover cure.
So Pedialyte
Sounds like Aro needs to go buy some Pedialyte tonight.
Pedialyte is now what Gatorade was 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
So yeah, Pedialyte and Pedialyte adjacent. I recommend having that at home at least a couple bottles, just to have, just in case. Because I mean, it helps when you're not feeling well. It helps for rehydration, obviously, because that's what it's meant for.
I didn't have shit.
They also have some that are like immune system boosting.
It does expire kind of quickly, so if you were to store it, it's better to case it up and throw a couple of desiccants in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, just go do the thing, do the training, get the stuff, be safe, learn how to be a professional hole stuffer, and please drink water.
I'm sorry. When you said "do the thing," I thought of Sniffy Joe, and it's like, go do the thing.
Come on, man.
Clap, you stupid bastards.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
I ain't got shit.
So, Zell, do you mind if I piggyback off of you with the
Sure.
heat-related injuries?
Piggyback. I'm gonna go drown myself.
I think we need to do shots every time he says piggyback.
There's 3 heat-related injuries. One is heat exhaustion, the next one is heat stroke, and then the one is you get so hot you die. I can't remember what it is.
There's
Death by heat.
Heat stroke basically is the last.
Oh,
stage.
But yeah, like heat exhaustion is
The fuck is up
pretty
with
much
these cards?
It feels like you're hungover, but you weren't that hungover that morning. That's how you tell.
If you get so hot you stop sweating, you need to seek medical attention immediately.
Yes.
Yeah, like in
Cannot
the
stress that enough.
Yeah, in the Marine Corps, that's when you just like, if you feel like you're gonna pass out, like fall over, and you're still standing, you just scream Corpsman and then fall over.
Oh no. Mm-hmm.
I
I
can't
mean, he'll
believe I
run
won
over
that
with his
one.
big bag of goodies, so.
I know, but I mean, can't do that in Civvy world.
Oh, yeah. In
You
City World,
can't
yeah.
just
It's-
scream Corman and expect people to know what that means.
We can totally do that in
I
City
mean, Civvy World, you may be able to get away with medic, and people understand you need medical attention.
Yeah, that's when
When
all
you
the
say
nurses like
Corpsman,
slump you.
You say Corpsman, probably
You're
not
gonna assume there are
understand.
more vets around you than civvies.
Yeah, like literally, I could go to my Walmart in a random afternoon and like literally walk past 3 like Vietnam vets.
Fair.
Like you could, tell by the Vietnam veteran.
By the hats that they always wear.
Over their car, and they won't shut up about it. Yeah, those guys.
Like, I was in the trenches, sonny. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I would say
Hey,
okay, boomer, but they're not boomers.
And come back
Okay, you're in
in
a
the
Texas,
weirdest way possible.
sir. You're in a Texas rainstorm and you were digging a ditch. Shut up.
It's a typhoon, and you know it.
I don't know, with the rain that we had last week, holy shit.
Yeah, it
we
was
had
pretty
some
rough.
rain. We had some rain today. Not a whole lot, but
No, we had straight line winds that were breaking phone poles like matchsticks.
holy shit.
Like, you would have thought a tornado was coming through, but it wasn't even that.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I already knew the bot was gonna go.
Yeah, since I live in the mountains, like, and the entrance to the south is like nothing but thunder.
Oh no, Tuesday we had a severe thunderstorm go through. Knocked my power out within 10 minutes of the storm starting.
I live completely on the solar, so.
And
Haha, no power issues.
damn you, Aru.
You're the one that folded, man.
Oh damn! I wasn't paying attention. Fuck! God damn it! I was looking at the other screen. I think we've entered up Mando's After Dark now.
Yeah.
It's gonna get
We need to focus on the topic, guys.
I'm trying. I'm like 3 shots in of Jack here.
We do need to get to self-defense though, and I'll let you guys do the talking until we get to cues.
Well,
Yeah, I'm out on the talking. I'm at the queues too.
Alright, for self-defense, what a lot of people will say, like, on either YouTube Shorts or whatever, is like, oh, yeah, do this,
Take those with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it's like, the people actually, like, training you stuff online, like, they pretty much don't know anything, and one, a lot of...
sell you something is
Yeah.
basically what it is.
Or, like, what is the laughing stock on the internet for a little while? Their acronym was like DUST or whatever. It was like Detroit Urban Survival or whatever.
Freaking fraud. Yep.
I'm sorry. Did you say Detroit Urban Survival Training? Is their
Yes,
number one rule? Don't drink the water.
I don't know.
No, that's Flint.
Yeah, that's Michigan.
Oh,
It's
Detroit is
close
Michigan.
enough.
I forgot. That is the other shithole. I was thinking Chicago.
Dude, the whole
That's Illinois.
The whole entire Michigan area is just a disaster zone.
100%.
Like literally, it is.
It's like
is
the
home
Hunger
state to
Games up
Dearborn.
there.
So like disaster zone.
Used to be such a nice place too.
When?
The
I said used to.
1800s.
Before people.
Poor people.
Before the white man.
Oh, excuse me, I'm not white. I'm a person of color. I'm Slavic.
Technically, he's not wrong about that. Look it up.
No, but anyway, so the tried and true places are actually like just go into a martial arts shop, and if you get culty vibes from it, try a different shop. Like literally, don't try anything online because you're probably gonna get the wrong like technique, and unless you have just tons of physical fortitude and like strength to brute force people into positions you want them, it's very hard not utilizing technique.
If there is any like YouTube shit to look at, I actually recommend Warrior Poet Society.
Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's
Hard to
pretty
Hurt.
cool.
Hard to Hurt is another one.
I ain't got shit that's gonna be winning that hand. I had a 10 and a 3.
I haven't been paying attention, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, from first-hand experience, the things that I find pretty effective is like a personal favorite of mine is Krav Maga. That's kind of like Krav Maga is the standing version of BJJ. So it's best to either use...
It's Israeli jiu-jitsu.
Yes, it is.
It is designed.
Basically do that.
It was designed by the Israeli military.
And it's it's more aggressive than most martial arts, and it has that little shock value because
It's not designed for competition. That's why no one in UFC uses it very rarely. But in actual like self-defense and actual tried and true outside the
Damn it,
combat arena or tournament sportsmanship arena.
All I had was 2 pair.
Yeah,
So-
it is very devastating.
There's a YouTube channel called Street Beefs, and it's exactly like what it sounds. It's like underground UFC. So like there is like rules and very very similar to UFC rules. But like there's one person years ago that got his butt handed to him, but then he tried to attack him when it was in between rounds or whatever, and they're supposed to be like in their own corners. This dude attacked this guy, and it was like Afghani, and he's like, "Oh snap! I got to do something." So he went ahead and like grabbed his shoulder, swept the leg, and like forced his head to pretty much do a TBI on demand.
Ooh.
How?
And that was a Krav Maga throw.
Mm-hmm. 3.
When they come running at you, so you just like snap their fucking spinal cord.
3, as I said in the last podcast, 3 fighting styles I personally think are very should be thought of for self-defense is first off Krav Maga for standing fighting, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for ground grappling, and then Aikido because the main thing about Aikido is redirection and avoidance. You use Aikido to try to, as a deterrent for the physical hand-to-hand combat. You use then you go to Krav Maga when Aikido's being like, all right, this guy's not giving up. And then, should it go to the ground, you use Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, a fourth one, which it sounds weird to say
We both
to
went
learn
nice.
is it sounds weird to hear someone say this because of the stigma behind it is ninjutsu, a style of fighting. Because ninjutsu is all about.
Are you for real right now? Did you really just do the hand sign?
You know, he failed to do the hand signs.
When the 2 deaf kids are yelling in class.
When your deaf sibling and your parents are are arguing and you try to get a word in.
When you can't get a hand in otherwise.
Unpopular opinion.
Funny enough,
there was a bitch.
you joke with the hand signs. They have actually done studies in regards to the official hand signs of
So Naruto's a
ninjutsu.
documentary?
No, I'm not
Correct.
saying that. No. Both wrong.
I ain't got shit to
actually
win that
showed
end. If you're
that-
folding, if you're calling like that, no, I ain't got shit.
Hold on. Let me explain. They took a study group in Japan. They had them test. Had a control test where they just did a test. No hand sign meditation thing or whatever as a control to see how well they did. Then they had that same group do the steps to, I don't remember what it's called, but the famous hand signs and whatnot. And what they found is it helped focus their minds, calmed them down, and allowed them to perform better.
Also, ninjutsu does focus heavily, at least from what I've seen, on grappling and evasive maneuvers.
Also,
Because their goal was espionage. Their whole job was not to fight everybody in their path. They were there to do a specific job, then leave.
Mm-hmm. The thing about ninjutsu is hidden in plain sight, avoidance and redirection, and when it came to combat, have basically anything and everything is a weapon.
Also known as Jackie Chan Poo.
Nah.
A
Jackie
period
Chan.
of time where a ninja actually bested federal agents. That was a real thing. Look it up.
Hmm.
I mean, so does a bulldozer. What's your point?
Hey, Killdozer's a real thing.
It
Killdozer's
really
life.
is.
No, that's what I was
Don't
actually
piss
talking
off
about.
your local government, otherwise, or no, don't let your local government piss you off, because otherwise you get a killdozer on them. Ugh.
But yeah, and the thing is there is heavy documentation
Aru, your
in
turn.
regards to shinobi and ninjas of feudal Japan. And another thing, samurai were ninjas too. Samurai participated in ninja tactics as well. Don't think that they didn't.
They're
Especially for survival tactics. You want to learn some really interesting survival tactics? Look at ninjas of ancient Japan.
fun fact. The
Half their lifestyle
ninjas.
was survivalist.
Exactly.
Um,
Shinobi actually is the word for survival in Japanese. Shinobi means survival.
oh, technically survivalist, but it's
Yeah.
splitting hairs. The ninjas of renown, in the time period you actually talked about, actually all came from one village, which is really cool. I know most
There's a few villages that
There's a few
actually
different
collapsed.
there's a few different quote unquote ninja clans. There's Iga Village, Koga Village,
Isn't
the Koga
Iga
clan.
the only
Iga
one
Village.
that's left?
Iga one is the most renowned one and the only one that's left because they're the ones that fought alongside Nobunaga, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, they were on the side of Nobunaga, which, you know, when you fight alongside the one that unifies the entire country, you're going to be the last one standing.
How do I get the bot to fold at 60
This is the
raids?
kamikaze stuff happen.
So I personally have something called the 7Ds that I use to for confrontation, and so it's like deter, deny, detect, delay, disrupt, defend, and defeat. And so it's like the first one is like to deter, because I mean the best fight is the one you don't have to fight. If you have to like just turn around and beat feet, that's a viable strategy and one that's usually the one that you want to take, because I mean if you and some guy, you know, at the bar or whatever, you know, fight, you guys are going to be bumped up and bruised up by the end of it, both of you. Well, just one person's going to be unconscious or very 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 angry.
It's going to be a no good night for everyone.
Exactly. And cops are going to have to be called, reports are going to be taken, just sometimes lawsuits are filed or soon after.
Mhm.
And then deny. This is where like Aikido comes into play. If you can, if
Haru's
somebody's
not paying
literally,
attention again.
if somebody's literally throwing punches at you, just
Do what?
just redirect it. Like just my sensei, I actually also know Aikido. I'm actually surprised you brought it up, but my sensei is just like, don't just fight somebody. Make them look like an ass to the whole bar. It'll be hilarious, and you'll probably get a drink named after you.
Make them look like the asshole and embarrass the shit out of them.
No, yeah, exactly. So,
Make them feel stupid.
and then the other one is detect. It's like, make sure you know if it's a one-on-one or if he's gonna have buddies too. Like, you better be pretty spatially aware to make sure that doesn't happen, because I mean, not everybody's gonna be Jack Reacher.
Don't think it's going to be like the movies where it's one person at a time.
Nope. Clusterfuck.
If it's multiple people, use a gun. God's sake.
If there's more than one other person,
You should have a gun anyways, but for those of you who probably can't, for various laws and what else have you, don't pick a fight with multiple people. You probably will get killed.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even
I mean,
so,
we're also assuming you're not the one picking a fight because Mandalorians don't pick fights.
Nope.
Correct,
But we
but, like,
defend everybody around us.
Find any way to escape by any means necessary because it's not going to end well for you.
Defend those who cannot defend themselves.
yeah. So if a fight's gonna be fought either way, after detecting, is literally just delay it for as long as you can. Beg, reason, literally bribe your way out of it. Like all fair in love and war.
I would
you
also say at the same time, end it as efficiently as you can.
You want to throw someone off when it comes to them being aggressive towards you? Ask them why. What time is it? Just random off the cuff questions.
If you choke a Smurf, what color does it turn?
Yeah. Just throw out the randomest
God damn it, Bot,
question
you're not
out
supposed
there.
to fold at 50?
Just start taking off your clothes. Nobody fights them naked, dude.
I have something called
Yeah, but they
Tell that
did
to
it
your wife
other-
and she
other-
will be fighting you naked. Not the way you want.
That's just Tuesday night. What are you talking about?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I've heard something called a My Bad 20. It's like a sacrificial $20
Make it
bill
even
that
300.
you can use to, if somebody bumps onto you and is super aggressive, and you say, all right, my bad, let me buy you a drink. That usually just diffuses
Have
those
shit in our
situations.
hands.
Mhm.
Unless
Wait,
you
how did you...
the specific target.
Okay.
Like if they have specifically targeted you, it's a different story. But yeah.
If I
you-
spectate, do I lose my hand?
You what?
If I spectate, do I lose my money?
Yeah.
Probably,
Damn
I
yeah.
don't think so.
Yes. You can never leave.
I want to
I
go
was
get
gonna
candy,
say-
but I don't want to lose my hand.
I'm not
I'll
watching
lose
a
my
movie
money.
with a casino like that.
With when it comes to confrontation and de-escalation, as I said last time, first and foremost, learn verbal judo. There is a book on it that you can buy that goes in depth into the importance of verbal judo and how to use it and how to go about doing it. Because first and foremost, your words are going to be your first line of defense. After that is going to be hand to hand, then it's going to be your tools of the trade.
And sometimes even
New
like
hand.
if you're out and about or whatever, and as psychotic as me and like in a play carrier, sometimes that itself can get a lot of people to say, oh well, he's ready to rock, so I don't want to mess with him.
That's why I open carry versus conceal.
Yeah, but not always can you open carry.
Most places you
Oh,
can.
god
I
damn it,
have,
Aru. No, I ain't.
I have my fair share of
That's too high.
places that I've been told to leave. And I mean, you just leave. You don't do any of the
Yeah.
BS that
If
the
you're
players do.
If you're asked to
That's
leave,
more suggestions than actual rules. But if they ask you to leave, you have to leave.
Yeah, like so there's a mall that I sometimes frequent. So I have something called a concealed carry bag, and it's a video game themed bag, right?
who's gonna suspect the nerd?
But, okay, so I
It's
have
next Inquisition.
okay, so like if I bring my incognito like outfit, so I have
I'm
my
sorry, did you say incognito?
so
I love it.
hold on, bear with me. So if I have just like no hat like I usually do, and I have my Clark Kent glasses that are like hold on, they're blue blockers that have like the style of Clark Kent's glasses. But if I have the Clark Kent glasses, the
I gotta
video
see a
game
picture
bag,
of this when we're
I
done.
really do.
I'm actually wearing the shirt for it right now. It's an Animal Crossing. It's an Animal Crossing shirt.
Yeah, no one's gonna suspect that it's a soy boy look.
It's
a
literally
soy boy look.
It's literally a soy boy look, but like it also works because I look kind of skinny too.
Damn it,
even
Aria,
though,
you
like,
weren't supposed to fold.
I look skinny, but I can do things. Like, and it's like it completes the look. It's like a tall, skinny guy with video game paraphernalia who looks like a nerd.
Yeah, no one's gonna suspect the nerd is going to be
No one
packing.
suspects the big iron in his bag.
Yeah. I don't think I
Marty
can...
Robbins rolling in with the fucking 6-shot 357.
6. Try 22 plus 1.
Nice.
The fuck are you carrying?
57?
What?
The math is not mathing, and I know I'm buzzed, but the math is not
We
mathing.
haven't seen this as an 8-cylinder. I'm talking about wheel guns.
Oh no, not wheel guns. And I do magazines because they're better.
No, you gotta fire from the hip.
You can't argue.
You don't need to be more accurate. You just need to fire. You don't need to be more accurate. You just need to fire more bullets.
Hey. Yeah. No,
It's
switching
for
your
more
handgun
lead.
is reloading.
But yeah, actually,
Enemies
for
just
self-defense, armor is part of self-defense, protecting yourself from others' harms. Me personally, I am going to be looking into a new concealed vest to have as an everyday kind of thing, even though my job is going to be hot as balls with the summer.
It's already hot as balls down here.
If you're in a colder climate, they have bulletproof. Everyone has a sweatshirt that has a Kevlar inside of it. I've seen Demolition Ranch shoot it a whole bunch of times, and it was actually really good. Even the hood has armor.
I'm just gonna say I would love to have the John Wick bulletproof suit that Hacksmith came out with.
Oh, that stuff, like, if you actually look for something similar to that, it's a suit that typically has, like, those pocketed sleeves of Kevlar all around it. At least some of the ones I've seen. Those do run a hefty penny.
You say
Oh no,
that.
I'm imagining the Hacksmith one would cost a pretty penny too.
You say that, Kabur. I'm actually looking into pricing and making one of my own.
The John Wick suit?
Mm-hmm. Well, not necessarily John Wick suit, but like making my own Kevlar outfit.
I mean, Hacksmith did do a power lifter though, and that cost like $69,000.
It's really weird how they're able to get away with these living in Canada.
I know.
I'm
It's
not gonna
like
lie, I'm pretty sure like the feds would have like kicked down their door and killed all their people.
I mean, a lot of their stuff is just nerd culture.
well, yeah, but they also have a lot
stopped
of.
them before.
Their laws don't cover nerd culture.
You're right. They only
I win because it was
hunters
kings.
and normal people.
I remember that they were actually doing the slow, long process of eventually coming down to Texas.
Has anybody been watching their lightsaber?
Hacksmith.
Yes, I've been watching their Proto Saber builds.
If they're the
Have you
first
know?
ones
I
to
think
make an
they've
actual
gotten it
lightsaber
so that
with
it's not even a
brick.
proto now. I don't think it's battery.
No, it's still a proto. It's still considered a Proto Saber.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's just
still,
not battery pack anymore. At least the backpack version, it still has the batteries and all that in
They-
the
they-
giant shaft.
They've gotten it down to being a small fanny pack.
yeah. See, that's what I thought. I didn't think they had the backpack anymore.
Yeah, they've gotten it down to the what is known as a Proto Saber in Star Wars canon, being the like fanny pack looking power source.
And they've only been working on it for like what, 2, maybe 3 years now.
I could have sworn it was
They keep getting
5.
closer and closer, and it's actually making my butt pucker.
Right. It's like the amount of time. It's just like this little small space of time,
That
and we're gonna have a lightsaber. I'm just nerding out on that fact.
Weapons, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
The thing about it though is it's basically just a large plasma torch.
I
that
know.
you can stab things with.
Right.
But it's still going to pass right through one another if you were to try
excuse
to
me.
combat.
That felt really good.
But yeah, no, if they're the ones that invent energy weapons and
I'm all
we
for
don't
it.
pass projectiles to,
Oh yeah.
I'd lose my mind. I'd lose my mind. It'd be
I'm
gone
okay with
forever.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, we have
okay.
blasters, and we're not even gonna get the Star Wars universe. We're gonna take the Firefly timeline. And it's gonna
I'm
be a
all right with
disaster.
that too. Because those
Oh, it's
Mandos, we don't care.
The DoD
We
is
don't need.
actually,
We don't need the swing sabers.
The DoD is actually making really good headway in laser weaponry.
Yeah.
See, the fact that DoD's making the headway makes me concerned.
Oh yeah,
Because it's gonna end up in Ukraine, let's be honest.
all right. Back
Well,
on
yeah,
target.
they gotta find a way to test it. Who better? Who
Tested on the Russians.
who better? Test
Thank
it
you
with?
for saying it before I could.
You have we've determined that you are the best guinea pig. Congratulations, you won the.
Sorry,
Darwin Award.
Putin. You fucked
they-
up.
They make it too easy. Hell, it might actually end up over in Poland because they're getting military training along their borders now too.
Oh yeah, the Wagner group's along the Polish border. That's just fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was that too rich for your Aru? I'm sorry.
I wasn't paying attention. I saw was that I didn't have anything good.
All I had was 2 pair. That's all I had right there.
Oh, I had 0.
As soon as that last card drops, I'm just like, what have I got? I ain't got shit? Alright, I'm folding. That's when I'll start betting. Is at the end.
But yeah, when it comes to self-defense, it's not just your offensive skills, but your
Let's get the bot
defensive
outta
skills
here.
as well. So your armor, your protection, those are things that should be taken into consideration too when it comes to self-defense, as well as with your armor.
All I had was a pair.
Being able to actually move and use your hand-to-hand combat.
Dude, you could have
skills.
gotten a straight out of that.
It's also knowing your body and to knowing what is viable and what is not. So the shorter people necessarily won't have as like me. I'm 6'3", right, and about 170 pounds.
Six plus crew.
Yeah. So like for
6'1".
me, I would just be using my footwork to go around in circles and just tire them out.
Oh, I'm trying to
'Cause,
get this bot out of here, but it keeps folding.
My thing is to keep in mind when it comes to an actual fight is there is no such thing as a fair fight.
Exactly. No honor among thieves.
As warriors, we have our honor, yes. But that honor comes at the fact that we are alive. Honor does us no good if we are dead.
Exactly.
Punch, kick, bite, scratch, hit them in the groin, gouge, thumb to the eye, whatever it takes to win.
Marley Spoon, go, go, go.
Oh, god
Twist
damn
him,
it.
twist him by the dick.
Twist his dick! Twist his dick! Give him the old dick
Now, I will
twist.
say about the armor, what about those of us who can do the truffle shuffle?
I mean, you have a bit of bludgeoning protection.
I mean, I'm not Jabba, but I'm pretty big.
It does keep you warm during the winter. That way you can carry more AK mags.
Looks at AK mags on shelf.
No, I got 308.
308's great for skinwalkers. Let me tell
I mean,
you.
they're both 7.62. It's just one is the big boy version.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather take
I
the
can do
308.
7.62 by 5.1 NATO round.
I'd rather take the 54R.
That's true.
I do have a Mosin, but it is the girlfriend's.
Really?
Hey,
A
millimeter
20
or-
bet raise folds the bot? What the fuck?
But yeah, when it comes to and self-defense also ties into the medical is know that you are going to be injured if you are ever having to use self-defense, unless you know for a fact you're going to just shit stomp the person. First
That
off,
is not me.
Well, here's
First
the thing:
off-
if it is a gunfight, you might actually get shot, and you probably won't know until afterwards. So please pat yourself down.
Oh yeah, that
know
that adrenaline
Just
will
give that habit because it'll
will
be muscle
fuck you
memory.
up quicker than anything.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And also, if you're dealing with knives or something sharp, you're gonna get cut. That's just unavoidable.
Now, if you're wearing your armor properly, you may not have that happen.
I mean, you need
You
a
might
full
get a few
brace.
bruises. You might get a few bruises. It might still hurt like a bitch, but you're not going to
Damn it!
die
That's not what I wanted to do.
Oh, this
Fucking
brings
alcohol.
up
if you're wearing the stab vest.
this
Yeah.
brings up a couple of points that I have. Is one, whenever you or somebody else brings a knife or any kind of weapon, it is no longer their weapon or your weapon or whatever. It is the shared weapon. It is our weapon.
hmm If your opponent has a weapon, that can be yours too.
And yeah, and spiritual fitness also has a lot to do. Hey, what's up? To do with self defense,
Oh,
just
shit.
because
No!
Nice.
Don't kick me out of the match.
so just because like if you think you're not going to get harmed in a fight, you, like literally leave that out the door. It's like you got to be able to take some licks and keep on going.
Go into a fight expecting to get hurt.
Yes, and that is gonna be
you
your
got
best
it.
Perfect
defense.
practice
Well,
is
they-
if you go to a mosh pit at a concert. Just saying.
You got it, bud.
There's a countless of
Welcome to the
badge
joint.
cams.
Welcome
There's this Zimbri.
I saw her message
It's a push to
in
talk.
the channel. She already know. I know she knows that.
Mhm.
I saw that she said podcast today. I replied, in it now, and the counter was counting down on my cards. I was like, no!
I hope
Yeah.
she sticks around for the unhinged rants that'll be coming later after this
If-
side is done.
If you are out and about, for me, because I currently do not have a share of my own, I carry these two lovely beauties with me everywhere I go.
Is it bad that I'm leaving?
And here's the
to
thing,
see that
I'm on
instead
my
of just
phone,
making the
my
screen big.
switch to
Damn it,
computer
Mike, get out of my
shortly.
way.
I don't have headphones. Understood. Now here's something that we're going to go into a bit of the tenets is respecting the spirit of your tools, of your blade, your calls, your trashirs. This is a
God damn it, where's
tradition
the fucking game? Did I
ceremony that I do is when I wake up in the morning and I get ready to leave the house, I take my two calls here, I'll place them to my head and I say, "May you protect me this day." And at the end of the day,
I
when
can't get back and leave. Okay, there it is.
set them down, I thank them for their
Well,
protection,
there's my fold for
give
the
them a
night.
kiss,
Fuck!
and set them in their spot. That is my ceremonial thanks and prayer, I guess you could say, of respecting their spirits for protecting me.
I'll be back in
Alright,
just a second. I gotta break the seal.
Alright. I usually
Already found.
just on the way from the car to the house, just like kiss my body armor and my handgun and thank them for their service.
Mhm.
That's all
I
I
just
need.
clean them and drink and start listening to IRA music. It works a charm.
I mean, so long as you like thank them and pray and respect the spirit of your trashir and calls and or whatever tool it is that you use, that is adherent to the tenets.
So
Yeah, don't forget the spiritual side of it all, because like
Mm-hmm.
in any sort of faith, that's an important pillar. So it's no different here. Even if it's silent, you always keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm. So
But yeah, for me, everything happens in my head as far as thinking, because currently my daughter she has her beliefs, I have mine. I respect her beliefs. I do not isolate, as we should not do. I do not force the way on her. If she wishes to follow the way in the future, that is her choosing. Would I like her to? Yes. But I'm not going to force her.
Also, on the topic of guns specifically, PSA always has nice deals. So, if you are in the market for your first gun, if you're up and coming, or if you're just getting into that kind of stuff and found your way here, that is at least a good spot. Anderson's another good company. Aero Precision. Those are all the budget ones that you're probably not going to run into very many issues with. And even if you do, you'll be able to figure out really quickly how to, I guess, build them yourself. It's like adult Legos. You can't fuck it up.
It is also not hard at all. I built my own, and it took me maybe 3 hours to put it all together.
If you're poor like me, get a strip blower if you're an AR guy, and just do it little by little. Parts kits are not expensive.
Or just wait until
really aren't.
Anderson has a sale on a fully assembled blower.
Aero Precision is also a good brand to go with.
And also for the poors, Mr. Guns and Gear always finds the best deals for firearm stuff.
No, we're talking about per shares a lot here. Well, to be a bit back on topic of self-defense, don't think your rifle is going to be your self-defense.
Nope. Rifle is long range.
Most of the time you'll be carrying a handgun if you're carrying it all.
Train with your handgun for self-defense purposes. And in most cases, that's going to be, at most like 25, 30 yards, I believe.
And for those that put way too much stock in CQB and you're not in a job that requires you to do so, the only CQB that you're probably ever going to have to do is in your own home. So if you know the layout of your own home and you practice with your shotgun, rifle, handgun, whatever you want to use, whatever is appropriate to use, airsoft, yes, use those in your house. That's literally you're not going to be open carrying rifle unless it's a kind of Minneapolis 2020 kind of situation. So if you're not in a potential without rule of law, you're probably not going to be carrying rifle, and if you do carry rifle, you need procedure every single time. Otherwise, you're going to get fingered for it, and it's going to be bad.
So many people think they're going to be a Rittenhouse when they're really just going to be digging.
Yep.
Just for the sake of the people in the video, I'll show the fake trace here that I currently use. If I can get my background to let me change
plastic
it.
guns and the simulated handguns, the ones that shoot lasers.
Airsoft guns are actually really good, especially nowadays. They
Like this one. This is what I got.
That's a very good Beretta replicant. Probably light as hell, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's very light. It's like maybe half the weight of my Ruger that I carry.
Full metal model.
They make some really accurate two-weight gas blowback airsoft pistols out there.
Speaking of
a supplier that I have looked into whenever I'm looking at anything AR or airsoft, not AR, airsoft is RAV4, I want to say.
Isn't that a car?
No.
That's a car.
Oh, they're also...
It's a very popular one, mind you.
Toyota RAV4. There's... what is that airsoft company? It's based out of California. I know that.
I've also gotten some CO2 powered ones. This is one of my favorite ones.
But yeah, whatever weapon system you choose, get a model if you're going to use the airsoft route.
E-Bike.
And make sure they're different.
E-Bike. E-Bike. I've gotten a few things from them in the past that they actually have some pretty decent customer support. Their airsoft guns are pretty on par. They have everything from low budget to high end.
So, if you get a replicant of something you already have that's, the hot and ready variant, make sure they're different colors.
Oh yes, and do not get rid of the orange tip.
No.
If you're gonna get a airsoft gun.
Or if you want to have one with a threaded barrel, literally just get a thread protector and spray paint that bitch orange.
Mm-hmm. Do keep in mind, just because it's got the orange tip doesn't mean law enforcement isn't going to be taking it seriously.
All they see is a firearm.
On an airsoft field, you probably won't have law enforcement check up on you unless something's seriously wrong.
Unless someone thinks it's
like,
an actual traceur.
I'm talking about like you're practicing around your house and whatnot kind of thing.
Also, I won't discount actual tasers and pepper ball guns. Those are also legit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what is that one pepper ball company?
Birna.
Nice. I won that one.
You! No!
Yep, I had a flush!
No!
Yes, you are right. Birna has non-lethal tertiary pepper balls, rubber ball shooters.
I just carry tear gas.
That's a good one too.
So to kind of bring us closer to zero, one good thing that anybody can do is literally just start throwing like objects, just so you have.
Excuse me.
Bless
sorry.
Just so you have an educated like standpoint. Anything around you is throwable. So if you just get used to throwing random things, you can kind of have like, oh hey, how heavy is this? Like how is it gonna affect, with me throwing it and stuff like that. So it's like you can just pick up whatever and throw it somewhat accurately if you just are used to throwing things.
I can just imagine
these are
throwing
new.
their shit around and all of a sudden their parents walk in. What are you doing? Some dude on a podcast told me to start throwing shit.
Oh no,
So
yeah,
these are new to me.
there's this YouTuber that I watch. He's the lockpicking lawyer, and he literally
I've seen him.
He has a speed square, like a carpenter speed square, that he has sharpened and uses that as a throwing tool.
I believe I've seen those videos. I did not realize who it was, but like.
Also, you'd be surprised how many places you get into with a hard hat and a paper clip.
Right.
Oh no, you can get into so many.
You'd be surprised at what you could use as a lockpick.
You'd be surprised what you can use as like a social engineering tool. Like bro, like literally go into any venue with a hat and a bag of ice, and you're the ice guy.
Right.
Or you could literally just have a clipboard or like a messenger bag and a ladder, and you're the electrician guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feign ignorance if you get caught with it and be like...
Or just a dolly and some sodas in a stadium. You're the vendor.
Oh yeah, that works too.
I was told this way. But yeah,
please do not take any of this as ideas of what to do.
I didn't realize Birna
That part might actually get edited out.
So, Birna has less than lethal rounds.
Yes,
And that's very handy.
12 gauge shotgun, 10 rounds for $40. Actually, not a bad price.
I heard this spot's actually pretty good.
And these look like they are the full brass length.
Let's see. Kinetic 12 gauge rounds contain no chemical payload. Please note that all 12 gauge round sales are final and thus not eligible for return. 12 gauge rounds will not cycle a semi-automatic shotgun as they do not contain gunpowder, but can be manually cycled and fired through most semi-auto shotguns. So use these if you have a pump action.
No circumcised shotguns.
You're taking the foreskin off their shotguns.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. You can't do that. ATF said no.
No gunpowder means discharge is 16 times quieter than standard shotgun rounds. And of course, you cannot get these in California, New York, Washington, D.C., Connecticut, Illinois, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, or Alaska. Puerto Rico,
bad.
Man, why am I not fucking surprised?
What's
I'll
that, Puerto
say
Rico
this.
bans
Puerto
it?
Rico, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, and Alaska is because of the fact that they are not mainland America. That's more dealing with like exporting situations. Not necessarily that they're banned, just that shipping's too high.
Shipping's too high and they're banned.
No,
Well, for a while,
because I mean, it's because Alaska. Really, you're gonna say a shotgun's banned in Alaska?
for Alaska, it's the complete opposite reason than a lot of people think. So, I can't remember in the Fairbanks, Alaska, like sheriff, he literally urges people who come to Fairbanks to get at least a 44 Magnum in kinetic strength because moose are awful.
Moose can
You
walk
lose
on
your
water,
bear
apparently.
guns. Bear gun. 10
Oh no! It's not even bears. It is actually moose.
Oh yeah, no, I know the moose. The
moose are more
stomp people just for looking at them funny.
Moose are more terrifying than bears, in my opinion.
Until you get up to the Arctic Circle words, polar bears.
I mean, you'll still deal with like brown bears and whatnot.
Well, you'll still deal with brown bears and Kodiaks, but like polar bears.
But I'm sorry, I'm more terrified of a moose than I am a bear.
Damn it.
I know that sounds weird to say, but
I knew I should
Yeah.
have folded.
first off,
some incendiary rounds.
it wasn't
that go
until
boom.
a few Dragon's Breath rounds do exist. Very, very fun light show. That being said, I did not realize how big moose actually were until a few years ago.
Oh yeah, they're 2,000 pounds of heat.
When the fact that that they can dive several tens of meters into the water to the point that orcas are the only known predatory animal to hunt moose. That says something to me.
I feel like outside of birds, for geese specifically, moose are the one thing that Satan is
up.
allowed to create.
Probably wouldn't be wrong. Oh, what is this? They have a M4 style pepperball shooter.
So it's pretty much a
Nice.
paintball gun.
I was like,
Basically.
why is this scrolling? My hand's not even on the mouse.
What, for me? For my
Yes.
video?
Yeah, for a second I tried to scroll on your page.
I was like, I'm trying to scroll back up, it just wasn't working.
I mean, that's definitely a hefty price tag.
Yeah, you could literally get a gun.
But by the looks
Stop
of it,
scrolling.
But by the looks of it, you get 2 containers of pepper balls, 4 cylinders, a carry bag, possibly 2 magazines, and of course the unit itself.
325 feet per second and about 100 feet. This is a paintball gun.
Yeah. Oh no, that's high. That's high for a
No,
paintball.
it's a spicy paintball gun.
Oh, that's
No,
not
no.
what I meant to do. Oh well.
It's a spicy paintball
The bundle includes the Mission 4 launcher with CO2 adapter plus CO2 stock, the Byrna brand rifle bag, $100 value, 2 19-round coupled magazines,
God damn it, Aru.
small accessory kit, extra O-rings, Allen key, lubricant, 2 twin pack of 88 gram CO2 cartridges, 4 cartridges totals, and 2 95 count of Byrna Kinetic, which I believe is their rubber rounds.
I swear I thought you just said beer nut.
Byrna.
I'm not going to comment because I've had too much to drink.
Go ahead.
I'd rather not. I'm
They
still
have-
on the moose thing.
Oh,
I'm
damn it,
still
I
on
forgot
the
to join
moose
table.
thing, and I was gonna make a really bad joke on it, and I can't remember what it was. So I'm gonna keep sipping my whiskey.
Apparently, they have ballistic backpacks and whatnot.
Ah, yes, back to school supplies.
I mean,
If you live in the state of Illinois, then yes, very much so.
I'd send my kid to school with this one right here that's currently showing.
Just as a reminder, we're in the Mando After Dark section now, so...
Oh,
Yeah.
we are.
I presumed we were in that about a good while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, all this stuff can also go into the self-defense and everything.
It can, but the fact that at least 2 out of the 3 of the people speaking are drunk...
2.
There's more.
Oh, so you are too, huh?
No,
There's lit-
not yet. Oh, they have like an MP7 variant.
Oh, I found something out from
That's actually
another
this is actually
server.
really cool.
Oh, god damn it. Aru, you faked me into all in. God damn it. I thought I was hitting check.
Ah!
All I got is a fucking pear.
cross between an MP7 and a
Oh
Scorpion.
fuck! I didn't have anything.
Yes!
Well, the MP
I'm 1,000 up.
It looks like it's got that like conversion kit that like goes over Glocks almost, honestly, but it definitely does. It definitely does look like a bit like an MP7.
I know, it's like after the trigger guard to the business end of the gun, it looks like it's like that part of a Scorpion Evo, and then
Talk about
that
this.
part. No, from the end of the trigger guard to the forward.
Oh, this section here.
Yeah, all the way to the end of the barrel. It looks like a Scorpion Evo, then everything back of that point looks like MP7.
Did you guys see the newest leaked DHS document?
Nope.
Kinda. Yeah,
Cannot say that I have. I will say I'll probably go to bed soon, though.
Natively chambered in 4.6.
Zell, I figured you'd be gone before now, with the way you were talking.
I was thinking that too. By the way, this is Evic for those who are interested.
Was this the airsoft trainer still?
Yeah, for let's see here. Yeah, they got everything from like gas blowback rifles, pistols, shotguns, rapid deploy for those who have those kind of situations, training weapons. Yeah, they actually have like training weapons.
So don't buy any of the blue guns. Literally, just make it out of wood.
Talking about these ones.
Yeah, like the rubber training tools. It's like, bro, just use a piece of wood. It's just as easy.
So DHS for the 3rd time now has listed veterans as domestic terrorists.
What?
Are you serious?
What the fuck?
It was the newest.
No
document.
way.
Oh
I'll show you.
God.
I'll show you. I will show you.
I came in.
Here's
What?
a question.
Are you
No
going?
way.
For what?
I came in at a hell of a time. Are you lot still going?
We're in the after.
Yeah, we're in the After Dark
hour.
section.
We're in the fun time.
Read and weep, Cadus.
I can't. We're in the middle of a
Domestic
fucking game. I really don't wanna.
Let me ask y'all this: what is your personal Trashir carry?
Ruger SR9.
I have a Beretta PX4 Storm with my 300 Blackout.
6R P320 M18 Gen 2.
It changes
Yeah.
from
Oh,
a
fuck
Auto
that.
Systems MR920 and a Springfield Hellcat.
Hey, you said P320.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
I have to specify. Gen 2 because it doesn't have the gravity fire.
There
Hard
you go.
fucks a lot.
Here's your here's what you're looking at for possible trainers.
I mean, if I'm gonna train, it's gonna be with the real deal without the ammunition.
Oh no, I mean they've got like the full like anything that says gas blowback on here is going to have like the actual weight and everything, aside from the recoil.
Oh, I completely understand, but I mean,
Cadis, did you read it?
No, because we're in the middle of a game.
So patriots and veterans are now listed as domestic terrorists.
No, I'm not arguing that what you're saying is correct. It's just like, what the fuck?
Oh, the previous one was funny because they only called them militia violent extremists, and that was basically veterans, anybody who has the Gadsden flag, anybody who owns the Betsy Ross flag, anybody who's pro-2A in general was all listed under domestic terrorism.
Oh, I'm sure we're under that list too.
Oh, then we're definitely under that list.
Fuck you, I'm a triple terrorist.
yeah, technically under the current administration, religious or not, we are a PMC.
Yep.
Nah, we don't have the training.
Not the combined training.
We don't have the combined training to be classified as that.
I mean,
so we're not technically organized in the same manner either.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have Jahalir with us now.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
This is not just two on a fucking bot
we
now.
all have to kill Renwill.
Dude, I've been trying that for the last hour. That motherfucker will not... He just keeps folding, like, watch. With this $40 raise, I'm betting he'd fold. No, he didn't fold. Holy shit.
He didn't.
I know at $100 raise, he'll fold.
We have to like chip him away little by little.
Oh hell! They have a full Mando mask for airsoft purposes.
Yeah, I also have one of those.
He's probably gonna
Not
fold
all
after
that
this
great.
one, though. Oh, nope, I got him another 50.
Watch him actually have a good hand, though.
Oh, the full bucket.
Yes! I actually had a hand, that's why I kept doing it.
Oh, I was gonna tell you guys about my my Percocet story.
Oh yeah, now that we're in the After Dark section.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was back in Lackland, right, it was during my tech school, because my tech school was right next to my basic training, because they hate me. So
I mean, why wouldn't it? You chose the chair. You chose the chair force.
I did choose the chair force, and they decided they hated me. So, what ended up happening was I went over, and this was still like when my metabolism was still freakishly high. Like, people were scared for my health, kind of high, and so like I ate a lot of food. I ate a lot of food. Like I was never had enough energy unless I was eating like.
And here's our chance. We got to get rid of the bot now. He's all in.
And basically what happened was I had 2 giant Whoppers, and I went to bed. Well, I went to bed, and I woke up at 12 a.m., like, on the fucking dot. I remember it vividly. And I thought I was constipated because I was in a lot of pain. So I went to the bathroom, sat there for 3 hours, and realized my system was empty. That was a problem, and it was getting worse. And so, like, the pain was
Yes, the
moving,
bot
and, like,
is out.
this isn't fucking normal. So, like, I had a limp out because it actually was painful to walk.
Ow.
So, I had to wake up my roommate. He had to drag me out to the common area because I could not fucking walk anymore. And then he got the entry controllers. They got me an EMT. And this is where it starts to get kind of fucky because apparently I did something to piss off this giant fucking EMT dude. Like, he was like, you could have opened the bay doors, pushed him out, and he would have kept rolling for a few miles. Like, he was fucking around. So So I pissed him off, and so like he's putting the straw in my arm, and then he takes out the needle. It's like, what the hell is that? He's like, buddy, you're about to find out. And then I saw a light show in the back, and then nothing for 2 weeks. So
Holy
everything
shit.
pretty much from then on, I had to hear secondhand from other people because apparently I was living my life. Apparently I poured, like, he gave me the fentanyl because he thought he was going to get me to shut up. And he made a mistake because I told that poor man, my entire fucking life story. The entire way to the fucking hospital. And I don't know if he killed himself afterwards or not because he was just done with life. He'd be like,
Gonna hope not, just for his sake. Gonna hope not.
And so what ended up happening was we get to the hospital, and my roommate's the one telling me this. He's like, you hit on every red-headed fucking nurse on that base. Every
Hey,
time,
baby.
I had to stop bringing in female nurses because apparently I just kept harassing them. And I wasn't like being aggressive either. I was just like complimenting them, and they knew I was drugged up, so they just left me alone. And then I remember he was telling me that he had to leave, and he had to go back to school because they were planning on doing an operation on me to get my appendix out. They told me my appendix was going to kill me if I didn't get the surgery. And apparently I cried like a bitch because I'd never had a surgery before, which is true. I've never had a surgery before then. So that checks out. And I was high as shit. So they sent in to, because you can't leave somebody alone in the hospital. They have a buddy system in pretty much every branch of the military.
Battle buddies.
You have to have somebody with you, especially if you're getting a fucking operation done in the training environment.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still good friends with my back buddy.
Yeah, so we have what the Air Force calls wingmen. So they give him this Ukrainian guy. And if you don't know anything about foreigners or people that are like first gen in the United States, trying to get a security clearance is painful for them. Because if you're going through tech school and everything, they're probably sitting there for a fucking year at that one installation trying to get their security clearance to clear. Especially through Ukrainian, Russian, or I think Chinese is another big one, obviously, for obvious reasons. So yeah, those guys got stuck at our installation for about a year after they completed their training, which sucks, but it is what it is. And so he had already finished school. They were like, yeah, we send him the fucking Ukrainian. He doesn't have anything better to do. And this dude was pretty chill. He walked me down to the surgery room, and he told me, I don't know what happened, but you pissed off the fucking surgeon. And he was like, he was physically shaking putting the mask on you to knock you out because he was so fucking fed up with your shit. And so he's like, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up, just count to 10, don't talk to me. And I started counting, and then I passed out. And then the Ukrainian guy was like, after that point, I figured you were fine. I went back up to the room until they called me down and said you're ready to go back to your room. And so he comes back down, and he said, I woke up and said, I got to 10. And the surgeon's like, not out loud, asshole. So, yeah, I go back up to the room, and some people actually do come to visit me. It was a family that took me in for Thanksgiving because they let us go off base during training for Thanksgiving. They were very sweet people. They lived pretty fucking close to the Alamo, if I remember correctly. So we went over there with them, with their kids. They have a nice family and everything. Probably should text them now that I think about it and see how they're doing.
Say, hey, sorry about that Percocet episode that I had all those years ago.
Percocet episode. Yeah, but then, like, I go back to base. I apparently almost started a fight with the wild dogs on base. Didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, there was just a roaming pack of dogs going through the fucking base at one point. We have stray cats all the time on bases, by the way. That's a normal thing.
I think that's just a normal everywhere thing.
Well, I know, but like when people move they kind of just let their cats out and whatever, and nobody really gives a shit. So they have to go and like neuter them.
Keeps the rats down.
And
It does. It really does. But then you have territory wars between them and the skunks, and it's a whole deal.
It just smells like shit anyways.
It smells like shit. They sleep in the drainage sewer system, and they just kind of breed like rabbits. And then you find a dead skunk or a pile of dead cats because they had a fucking turf war or some shit.
You either find pussy or you find the stink.
Yeah, right? Oh my god. And so, apparently I almost started a fight with the stray dogs on the base. Almost got arrested by security forces at the gate. I don't know why. Nobody made that clear for me.
I have a quick question.
Really?
Did you forget?
No.
I have a quick question. How long ago was all this?
Probably yesterday.
6 years? 6 years plus?
Okay. You wouldn't have had to deal with my father then.
Yeah, no, it was a whole fucking thing.
My dad was retired by then.
I remember they told me they almost called security forces on me because they thought I was a homeless person because I was hunched over, walking like a fucking retard.
I would have believed that.
I was in pain. I literally could not stand up straight for a little while. And so yeah, I was hunched back Notre Dame running through the barracks. And there was it was security forces, stray dogs. What else did they tell me I did? Oh, I hugged the deputy commander, which is a no-no. You're not supposed to touch let alone touch the officers. And so, because like you end up with like a fraternization case or some shit if you, especially in a training environment, if you have like physical contact with any of the supervisory or leadership people. So yeah, apparently I just went up to her. She was like a short woman, so I just went up to her and I ran up and I hugged her and I was like, "Oh my god, you're here!
I love you so much."
I only saw her twice before. Yeah. The colonel had to pry us apart and everything. It was a good time.
Yeah.
So how did you not?
Apparently she had to like met me halfway with the hug too, because she's like, "Oh my god, you're the one that's high. You're the one that went to the hospital."
So how did you not get Article 15?
They knew I was higher than a fucking kite, and I probably would not have done any of that shit if I hadn't been fucking high. And to be fair, I was basically monitored by somebody, and I was apparently a hassle to keep under control.
I bet you were.
And there was one incident where there was an NCO that allegedly had a DUI and got demoted, but because he was in a position where he was one of our supervisors for the training squadron, they didn't really make him remove his stripes and put on the senior airman one because he was a staff, so he was an E5 for Air Force. Apparently, the rumor was that he was withholding people's orders, which is a huge fucking
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I don't remember why they said he was doing it. He was kind of just an asshole. He was a flamboyant gay dude, and he had to make it everybody's problem. So, yeah, he was a dick. And so I remember we were in final formation.
Donk!
Yeah, someone told me we were in final formation, and I was sitting on a wooden stand, so it was like a...
How come I could see your cards a second ago, Hatun?
You what?
I could see you had a 2-8 while we were in game.
Oh. But I was sitting on there
Who,
with
me
like
or
a
Aru?
shitty grin on my face, swinging my legs off the side of the fucking wooden stage. And he's yelling at every one of the airmen because apparently somebody got drunk over the weekend and came back to base drunk. And they were underage. And normally if you go to a bar in Texas and you're a veteran, they really don't give a shit. They probably won't card you. So that's real. They came back drunker
Big
than a
Mando.
fucking skunk, and yeah, he had to make it everybody's problem because that's what you do in the military. You punish everybody else.
Yep.
And I remember all I did was I got up from my seat, went over to the NCO yelling at everybody, and I stood in front of him, like almost like my nose was almost touching his face. And then I just sat down immediately in front of him and like I was attentively listening to his story. Like a kindergartner sitting on the fucking floor waiting for story time. And eventually he couldn't keep a straight face anymore, he just turned around and left. And everybody was released, so it was great. I was hearing stories about what I was doing while higher than a fucking kite, up until like I was about to leave from my first duty station.
You have a more Marine story than most Marines.
And this is from an Air
You're good,
Force.
Samurai. It's alright.
Okay, to be
And
fair,
this is from an
Air
airman.
Force officers do a whole lot of fucking cocaine. Like they.
Oh, Air Force officers are the worst.
100%, they are the hard. Like they don't party hard the same way as the other branches. They're just kind of bougie about it, and like you'll end up with like a Hangover Part 3 kind of a fucking gig.
Okay, I need to ask this real quick. You just reminded me of this. Jason Nunley from TikTok. Do you know who that is? Like, hey, listen, did you know?
No.
Turns out he's current Air Force.
Jason Lunley. Like, did you know gaming?
No, it's like mostly thirst traps, and he'll jump in and it's like, hey, listen, did you know?
No, never heard of him.
I'll have to share one of his videos, but it turns out he's current Air Force.
Oh.
Also, don't click on the videos of the hot women in uniform. It's a fucking psyop.
Yeah, all of them
I
are
click on
psyops.
all of those.
There's one on YouTube Shorts. It's like Bryn something.
I know who you're talking about. Yes, she's hot. Also, fuck her.
And out of 10 psyop.
Oh, 100%. But she also does a lot of shooting videos where she just shows off her ass, so like I can appreciate it, but like I already did my time, man. You're not getting any more out of me. Fuck you.
I'm just gonna say Twitter is the new Pornhub. You cannot change my mind.
It really is.
It
and
is.
It's degenerate.
Oh, Twitter's actually going to be rebranded allegedly tomorrow.
Wait,
It's
what?
just gonna be like the fucking metaverse bullshit, and I'm gonna hate it even more.
Oh, even better. So Elon Musk said that it's the new thing is just going to be called X.
Yeah, my
all day-
weird told me about that at dinner.
Yeah, all day today, Elon was like, "Hey, if anybody can, tag me with the with cool like logos or whatever, you go ahead and do it." And
Fuck
everybody just like put in their bid.
I'm curious as to how many middle fingers there were.
Oh, there's a ton.
Oh, I bet.
My
lot of people are
weird,
just-
my dad thinks he's just a cunt anyway, so.
Elon's
Or a
very
twat.
much-
No, sorry, that was the exact words.
He does like to troll people. He kind of is a person that does things purely because he can. He also has some really cool projects. I don't know if I would explicitly say he is a man of principle to any varying degree. He seems more like the kind of person to me that just asks, can we do it, rather than should we do it? Because he has the resources to fund projects.
He will be the
After
cause of the real world Jurassic Park.
I was just about to say, if Jurassic Park is going to happen, he's going to be the one behind it.
He will be John Hammond.
Well, he won't necessarily be John Hammond. He'll be the guy to fund and like the journey for the Martian. Like the Martian will be reality.
I honestly think that he's going to be at least the first steps to getting us to colonize areas outside of our planet. It's going to be baby steps. He's probably going to be the one that pushes us out there. just because he has his Mars mission. I think he's going to start funding places that are going to start pushing people out there. Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how his space programs start working with that.
He already has a plan in regards to how to terraform Mars.
Oh, please don't say the two nukes thing. Please don't say it.
The what? No.
The surface of Mars.
No, you're saying no. If you nuke the poles,
No.
because there's a bunch of ice on the poles.
No, here's what's going to happen is basically putting a bunch of mirrors in Mars's orbit to redirect sunlight more onto the surface to warm it up, causing the CO2 to get into the atmosphere, the whole greenhouse gases, warming it up even more so on and so forth, and then putting organisms on the planet that thrive on CO2 to create oxygen, and then so on and so
all
forth.
plants, literally all plants.
These are going to be like other microorganisms.
Algae.
So to speak.
It already exists.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just.
The next thing is that we have to have a way to make
Why'd you
the
have to do that?
make the soil usable.
Well, I mean, once you have the atmosphere, the soil becomes next.
I mean, it would be pretty cool if we had, like, a more streamlined way to get to and from Mars. Like, obviously the whole vacation home kind of a thing is really fucking far off, but being able to get people there in the first place is going to be a huge step.
Yeah, because we have a whole entire asteroid belt to circumnavigate.
Yeah,
Right.
That's a fucking real thing.
Asteroid belt's on the other side of Mars.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. The asteroid belt is between.
While drunk.
Oh yeah,
Jesus
Saturn.
fuck.
Duh.
It's between Mars and Saturn.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if we can, I don't know, the whole entire the moon thing was pretty great, just because the moon is away from the surface of the Earth. Every single planet can fit with their ground level or whatever touching. It's about the same size.
Okay, who's eating what?
What?
I hear a bag of chips, I think.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, the moon's really, really far away, and we've done it in the 1960s, so hooray
And
for
then
us.
NASA made it too expensive for us to go back.
There's actually talks of us going back in 2026.
I think the moon is going to be our test to colonize and actually test fucking technology and everything.
And I think it's hilarious because the gravity on the moon is like 0.7, or like in between 0.6 and 0.7, and like the Mars gravity is like 0.9.
Yeah, it's like a 10% lower difference between Earth's and Mars gravity, and the Moon's gravity is like damn near almost half.
Does Mars have more gravity or less gravity than the Earth?
Less.
0.9. 0.9.
What's ours at?
One.
1.
So it's not even by that much.
Yeah, it's 10% less than what Earth's
Mars really
gravity
is
is.
like our best chance within our direct solar system for colonizing.
Yes. If anybody is into Warhammer, then starting a Mars cult is the way to go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you say Mars cult? Or
Yes.
Mars
If
cult?
If you know Warhammer 40k lore, you'd understand what he's referring to.
Yeah, Cult Mechanicus.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, I didn't think I'd have to say this. Disclaimer, we're not starting a cult on the moon or Mars.
Oh, we are 100% starting a cult on the Mars.
I said
No, we are not.
we're starting a cultvert. We will not be starting a cult.
I'm done. I'll go.
Culvert.
I just want my kids to be able to be the space door gunners, okay?
Shit, back in 2020, we were almost having the tail gunners for the fucking Charmin trucks.
Oh, we almost had them for U-Haul trucks.
Oh god.
It's like, what is this like, Grandpa? What were you doing back when you were young? I was a door gunner for Charmin.
Well, see, back during the 2020 pandemic, son, grandson, I was the door gunner for a Charmin truck. I was driving along this bounty truck. I was just talking back and forth between their gunner and me.
You ever seen those videos of South Africa? Yeah.
Okay, fun fact. Spectating does lose your, money.
Alright, y'all, I'm probably gonna go to bed, but I kept forgetting that I don't have voice activity, so I had to press the fucking button. So
Oh,
anyway.
that sucks.
No.
Now, when I went into this, I didn't even have it mapped, so I'm like, oh no, I have to map it really quick.
I'll holler at y'all later.
Later. Jatika.
But yeah, the domestic terrorist thing still cracks me up.
Well, at this point, what haven't they listed as a domestic terrorist?
Christians.
Christian parents in general.
Of course, the Christians
yes.
aren't going to list themselves as domestic terrorists.
You guys know the Patriot Front group that everybody knows as a Fed op?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got masked in a public protest, and someone got information from the dudes. They did a background check on him because we were able to get their face, and it turns out he's a registered Democrat that is a college student for liberal arts.
Good lord.
I was like, they're not even hiding it. They're not even. They literally got some soy boy from a fucking a mid-tier fucking school, and he's one of the freaking Patriot Front guys, and they're just like, we already knew they were a Fed op, and now this confirms it. It just gets worse. It's kind of like that whole thing. Like, I'm at the point now where we already know what happened, or we have a pretty good idea what happened with like JFK, right? We just want to hear them fucking say it.
Ice bullet.
Second gunman.
Who's the dude on the grassy knoll?
Within the car itself.
That's funny, Brandon Herrera and, I think it was Donut Operator, actually went to the place in Texas, and, like, they went to a bar called, Harvey's or something like that.
Ah!
It's literally on the street corner, and the one dude who owns the bar has all, like, the whole entire street corners of that particular, cross-section, or, like, intersection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yeah, like, the spot that he actually was at versus the grassy knoll where they said he was at, it was like a ridiculously easy shot from the grassy knoll, and it's like,
rather
okay.
aggressive play on the king.
And then it's just like, okay, this would be very hard to screw up. And Lee Harvey Oswald was a pretty decent shot with the Corcano rifle.
Yeah, but we all know that it was CIA in the bushes. Because the exit wound was from the back, not the front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was
Also,
just...
the bullet that they claim shot him didn't hit a goddamn thing. You cannot convince me. There's no deformity from that bullet at all.
hot take, Las Vegas Massacre, also a PSYOP.
Oh, 100%. That's one of those things that we already kind of have an idea what happened. They just don't want to actually say it because we'll be right once again. But
I feel like we're getting
100%.
into a lot of conspiracy theories.
That is the
100%.
way with Aru.
That is 100%. It was government fucking thing. That's why they wanted. They wanted
We are in
ATF and all them.
Aru's
They wanted the ability.
natural territory.
Yeah, they wanted the ability to start banning things, and they wanted President Trump's. If you get President Trump's fucking, say so on it, they could do it with any administration, and they knew that. So as soon as he gave the go ahead, and they convinced him on it. By the way, the NRA was a part of this. I am very 100% the NRA is in on it because it's controlled by Democrats specifically.
Well, the NRA is
The NRA?
The NRA is a fed up, 100%. They
So
don't
actually-
represent gun owners to any varying degree.
So
Hey,
hold on,
hey,
Aru,
hey,
chill.
Aru. I gave you a full table. You're welcome.
I mean, I was wanting to join in.
So,
I can kick one off. Bye, Clyde.
so
Fuck. Okay, you have to do it. Cadus, you have to kill Clyde.
So the NRA actually assisted with the making of the NFA.
Just leave
Yeah,
the
that's
X
fine,
on the
man.
name. You'll be all right.
I'll just do something. I'll just throw something
I
else up on
can't
the
kill
screen.
Clyde. You have to be the one that kicks him out.
As
So
long as he has an
the-
X on the name, it's okay. Doesn't matter who it. Stop moving the X.
So the OSS and the pretty much what was going to be turned into Secret Service got with a bunch of the head honchos at that time of the NRA. It's like, okay, what do you need to hunt? Like, what is necessary? Because we're thinking about banning everything else, and then like NRA literally told them, it's like, well, these guns are the most popular hunting grounds, so if you just ban everything but these, we'll be fine. And that's what they did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the NRA is more concerned about buying yachts than it is about anything else. So, negotiating rights away, that's what they're good at.
There you go. You'll be able to join in on the next hand.
Oh, damn it.
I've already got
You have so
something.
many bots in the queue on Spectate that, yeah.
I'm not even ready to. I'm not even in the running to join the table. I decided to fire something else up.
There you go. I'm eliminating all 6 that are on the table. We'll get him in, and then we'll add back.
I'm good.
I'm debating starting Call of Duty.
I'm firing up some.
Holy shit, they're all going all in. Oh no.
Well, that's what happens when you probably put the X on them.
Oh no. I lost. I lost all that money. There's no way I win. Oh my god, no way!
Damn.
Oh my god. Oh no! Okay, so I didn't lose all my money. I just lost a significant amount.
Thing is they only win what they put in.
Okay.
Alright, you guys want to hear something kind of...
And I'm
funny?
back.
What's that?
Yeah.
So this is a article headline. Man shot and killed his pregnant boyfriend and then himself in murder-suicide.
I'm sorry, you said pregnant who?
Boyfriend.
Not a thing.
Yep. It's,
Not a
it's,
thing.
it's hilarious.
Not a thing. So not a thing.
Pregnancy and childbirth is exclusively females.
And we're terrorists for saying that.
Right.
Correct. No, that's exactly it.
I'm sorry.
No, we're transphobe for saying that.
Bro,
I am
I'm...
the white supremacist your mother warned you about.
I mean, I'm the token person of color in this community.
We always need one. We always need one.
I'm glad I could be that guy.
Heh.
You provide a very valuable service. You should be very proud.
What, you know what's really funny? So, normally like vodka, but like I actually gave myself a pretty decent like. It was halfway in between like a hangover and alcohol poisoning just off of vodka. So now I can literally like smell it in drinks and be like, nope, this isn't for me because it makes me nauseous.
I have orange juice. I need to get some vodka.
Oh no, you need to get champagne.
No idea what that is.
Champagne.
Champagne.
Oh, champagne.
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 Mimosas are great.
Mimosas are good. They're the only non-judgmental alcoholic beverage you can have for brunch.
Mimosa these nuts.
It's funny. A headline: Canada hates Justin Trudeau. No, really?
Thing?
Well, I mean, it's what happens when you try to kill off 90% of your population.
Not only that, but like you try to freeze truckers in, you try to take their kids away, freeze them out of their homes, starve them out of their trucks, wouldn't let them refuel so they could leave, so they were stuck there.
Oh yeah,
His dad Castro must be really proud.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna go there. And I was like, oh yeah, and tell me he isn't Castro's son.
Oh, 100%. Have you seen their faces side by side?
Well, not
Not
only
to
that.
mention, we already know his mother was a whore.
Okay, not only that. Okay, so this goes into like yarn on like little thumbtacks like territory, like
Right.
level of conspiracy theory. But his mom was in Cuba at the time where taking Justin Trudeau's birthday. 9 months prior to that, his mom was in Cuba.
She was known to be infatuated with Castro. She was in love with that man. And what happened was, both her and her husband at that time, the so-called father, were big socialists anyways, so like this was like their fucking hero. And yeah, the timelines match up for Castro to be his father. 100%. Because if you look at his supposed dad, they look nothing alike. The dude isn't like got hit with the ugly stick.
Oh, like you.
I'm too drunk.
People were saying it's like, oh no, it must have been Castro's brother or something. And it's just like, bro, Castro was an only child.
100%. Dude, and Trudeau's brother's even more of a soy boy than he is. I only just found out about his brother recently, too.
Yeah, because his brother isn't the useful idiot as much as Trudeau is. He's just an idiot.
100%. Like, he actually wants to... He wants to sell the country to China, essentially, is what he wants to do. He's a CCP boy.
Oh, they already did.
Well, I mean, I know they already did, but, like, he wanted to do it more aggressively.
So, okay, so what's funny is, with USB and Canada, USB's Britain, so China originally was like, went to USB and says, hey, can we buy most of the assets in Canada? Like, we'll give you a lot of money for it. And USB is like, nah, family, we're good. And Canada's like, well, okay, we'll do it. You know, we'll do it the easy way. And they're slowly buying property and assets and stuff under the
Same
nose
as what they're doing inside the U.S.
Yeah, exactly. So like they're slowly buying North America, but the thing that they hadn't realized until probably about 20 or so years is that there's a saying from a Japanese war admiral words.
Admiral Yamamoto.
Yeah, Admiral Yamamoto. There is a rifle behind every blade of grass. And so China can't really do a Red October or whatever that movie is.
Nope.
Yeah, no, we
Dawn.
quickly kind of found out that there is a very expensive cost that even Soviet and communist states cannot afford with the amount of just sheer attrition, because we have invested so much in the ability to group an unorganized militia together to the likes of what would make going through Switzerland look like a walk in the park.
I mean, you also got to
the
think
memo
they
on the,
have to bring so much of a naval presence just to get into our ports.
Not to
Yeah.
mention, they would have to shell the entire country for months on end in order to make any sort of difference before they send in troops.
Well, in World War II, we have literally so I've ever heard of it's like the USS Wisconsin or something like that.
Temper.
Yes, it's literally temper. It's like quite literally.
Hey,
leveled
XO,
a
you see
whole
that
entire
hill
island.
over there? I don't want to see it anymore. You got it, sir.
Or
Hey, again,
fucking
Candle's
the
back.
USS Texas doing spicy car deal. Oh, shit.
Hold my beer. Let's
Oh, no,
tilt this
Does
motherfucker.
gangster lean an entire ship just to hit further in? Yes.
We had this discussion 2 weeks ago. I remember it.
I love the fat electricians
Yup.
takes
Yes.
on history lessons.
Quack bang out.
Dude, no, the you know why he says quack bang out? That's an
No.
actual thing. Like there's actually like grunt science to it. So
Wait, what?
okay, so the grunt science thing, the grunterific science on the quack bang is if you have a little bath rubber ducky on your plate carrier to and throw it in place of a flash bang when you go into a room, everybody will be like, "Oh, these people are coming in. You know, what the fuck do we do?" And then they see the ducky, the rubber ducky, and say, "What the fuck is that?" And then when they're confused, that's when you go and get the element of surprise.
That's along the lines of what I was saying with
That's
verbal
literally
judo.
the most
Fuck.
autistic thing I've ever heard, and
So
I'm
you
sad that it works.
So you can throw a rubber ducky, you can throw like a stuffed bear, and like any kind of stuffed animal, just anything to get their
Heard it here,
attention.
folks. Carry a rubber ducky on your plate carrier.
No, it's a good tool.
Quack bang out.
Well, it
Quack.
just needs to be a distractible. If it does it, then it's not stupid.
No,
Yeah.
see, that's
If it-
just when you turn
yeah,
the
if it
duck,
works,
the
it's
rubber
just
ducky
autism at
into
its
a flashbang.
So I know a friend of mine in security forces. You know what he keeps on him at almost at all times. You know those fireworks that like spin and like make like make has like yes, those things. He'll actually light one of those, toss into the room, wait 5 seconds, and then while it's going off, you break down the door. Words are really hard this evening.
Well, when you've been drinking.
Words are hard, period.
I have
Maybe
to
it's
Hard
just
hard
good.
sentences when you are one of the domestic terrorists.
Right.
you just get a -5 on speech.
Immediately just get unga bunga talk.
Yeah, wait till we actually start talking in Mandela more fluently.
Right.
Dude, that's gonna take me a while.
100%.
Like, how I'm kind of like treating it. Like, I'm not necessarily gonna be super serious at trying to learn it until everybody starts fluently learning it, and then just be engrossed in the culture, just so I can get a constant like stream.
That's what it's
After
gonna
Kind of
take.
start slowly
I
replace
just-
certain words and then
I-
slowly start to build your vocabulary.
I just need someone to practice with, honestly. That's my main thing. is
You're
just-
more than welcome to chime in as I'm saying the words. In the language lessons every 2 weeks, you're more than welcome to say them as I do them.
I just say them when I need to correct you.
Also, I don't really go onto the fucking Facebook page anymore.
I'm
I don't
the
even
only
have
part of
Facebook.
it I'm on is the Armorers Guild for obvious reasons.
Because, like, I went on there one day and there was, like, this lefty fucking asshole that was talking about Ron DeSantis's no, don't say gay bill, and I'm like, this person's a fucking retard. I'm not gonna even fucking engage.
I don't
We're
think
not
that
here for
I think
that.
I know who you're talking about, and I don't think they're on the page anymore.
Oh, thank God, because they're trying to make the argument that they should be allowed to groom children. I'm like, I
No.
don't want.
No, that's a chomo, and they're speed bumps.
They're basically like, what about the transgender children? And I was about to say, transgender children don't exist.
Facts.
So, like, if you're,
I don't know who,
sexualizing
if
a
y'all
child,
know
that's
who
disgusting.
JD Taylor, I think his name is, on TikTok. I'm gonna open it up to see if I know who I'm talking about. Make sure I'm getting the right name.
You assholes! You're gonna fucking fold after 700. Well, I do have $17,000. But
Yeah. You gotta think,
I bet you- I bet
750
you I
for them
can
is
do
most
all
of
in
their
every single
hands.
time, and they will fold every single fucking time.
You could do 100 and they'd fold.
I have gotten so good at this while drunk, it's not even funny.
I was gonna say you just have to get them to match, and they'll fold.
Okay, JD Delay, that's who it is. He's a
Oh no, they're
prior
all going in.
convict. Oh shit.
I'll be right back.
I think I might lose finally.
You're probably gonna lose almost 9 grand.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh, we both had 2 pairs. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That one is still in by $95.
$95. I am a monster.
You're a dick.
I know something that'll make you either agree or piss you off that people are saying this. High-calorie Americans are healthy. And, like, healthy slash beautiful.
Are you talking about those of the plus size variety?
Is there any other calorie Americans?
Well, I mean, just because they have high calorie doesn't mean they're not.
They could just have a really high fucking metabolism. I know a dude that's really fucking scrawny, but he's in his 30s and he still has the metabolism of a 15-year-old.
Well, yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, visibly high-calorie Americans.
So, like...
You mean like
they
my
have to use
fat
a
ass
scooter
over
at
here?
Walmart.
Yes. They usually
you.
have shows on TLC.
Oh no, I'm not big and large. I'm not that. I'm not that big. I can at least get up and walk.
See, I didn't have to harass those people because I had an African buddy from Benin who'd do it for me. We would drive somewhere, and there was this fat lady that was running. She was getting exercise in on base, and he rolled down the window. He's like, "Good for you."
Okay.
It's like
I'll
how
have to
much you
say-
eat can feed my entire country.
I'll have to say that to bash someone who's clearly trying to get better.
No, he wasn't bashing him. He was actually like saying you should keep doing it.
Trying to
But
be
I just thought it was really
encouraging.
funny because like he came from a different culture, so his culture definitely believes that bullying people into better behavior is actually a positive thing because it works for them.
That bot folded after
In this case, what he was
$10,
doing was
really?
trying to encourage the better behavior. However, socially, most Americans would look at that and say that's kind of fucked.
Well,
You
you
came
can
up
go
where
too
it's an
far.
asshole.
You can go too far. So, like, if you're, like, that is something you do with, like, say, a closer friend. It's, like, it worked for me. Like, every time this is, like, when I was 18, 19, every time my fat friend or whatever, he was, like, 5'9", 5'10", like, 270 pounds or 280 pounds. Big old boy. Anyway, so, like, he was going to the gym, more consistently. And every time he wasn't going to the gym, or he said he didn't feel like going to the gym, because I would hound him every single day. And he's like, "No, I'm tired." I'm like, grow a pair and get up, you fucking fat ass.
Yeah, my buddies will be like, I know 5 fat people and you're 4 of them.
Damn.
To be fair though, like since I started the welding job, I lost like 20 pounds, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm losing inches now faster than the weight, So I've kind of hit that weird spot where like it's melting off my body slowly. I haven't hit the 2-month mark. Once that happens, it's probably gonna just fucking dip.
Sure, that's not water weight.
I think a good chunk of it is the water weight, but I noticed like because I used to work out like fucking religiously before COVID hit. Most of the weight I'm dealing with right now is purely the fucking COVID weight and depression and divorce and all that shit. So yeah, there was a time I was doing weights every other day and it was cardio every other day. So I had been going to the gym every single fucking day except for the weekends. And what ended up happening was after 2 months of, your consistent activity, if you keep a good routine for 2 months, and I think it obviously depends on how your body works and your metabolism.
Yeah, you plateau.
But it wasn't a plateau. It was a significant dip. Like, as long as you change up your routine just enough, just doing different machines or increasing the distance of which you're doing for cardio, you actually start losing weight at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
And it becomes a lot more noticeable, too.
Then I misunderstood what you were referring to, because I know
you
keep doing the same thing.
You do everything day by day, and then once you hit the 2-week mark, you start counting it week by week. After you hit that 2-month mark, you're actually going to start seeing results. So your body's going to do some fucky things and throw you off, and a lot of people get, shaken off after the 2 months. And then another goal that I've seen is that the next landmark is kind of the 6-month mark, and that's also a make it or break it moment where if you can get past doing it consistently for 6 months, you're at least less likely to fall off the horse with it. But it's still hard for people to get past the 6-month mark.
Yeah.
So once you do that, you're pretty much golden if you just keep doing it.
Alright, I will say I need to be starting to head to bed soon.
Same.
Considering we've probably been going for about almost 4 hours now.
2 hours and 51 minutes is what I've got it recording at.
Yeah, domestic terrorists need the rest.
Okay.
I usually try to start driving like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at the latest.
And I need to finish eating and going to do some Ubering.
Oh, you're driving too, huh?
I need to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, so...
Last hand, Aru. Last hand, last call.
So, thank y'all for joining us on this episode of the Mandalorian podcast.
Next week will be Tracier related blasters. Sure, we'll get a big turnout for that one.
Oh my god, I cannot stop winning now. This is a nightmare.
So, language lesson to be determined. Just gotta get in the Johasad server and see what we can get posted. Other than that, thank you everyone for sticking around through the Mando's After Dark, for those who decided to listen through.
Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook,
all social
Instagram.
media. Link trees are posted on all social media, which will link to everything else. The Facebook and Discord in particular are our main pages of communication.
Linktree is also in the description of the video, I presume.
I don't know if it's going to be on this one. This is just going to get saved and uploaded so you can edit it at later time. Speaking of which, I need you to edit it much sooner than the day of the next podcast.
That was my bad. I've been dealing with financial situations that have had my mind elsewhere. So I do apologize on the lateness of...
Like, I figured you'd post it the week of the no podcast session. But holy crap, that's a long time between posting. So
Yeah,
I
that
have
was
been.
the plan. That was the plan, but then, as I said, financial situation said nope.
All right.
You
Well,
you need to focus on this.
I have been your host, Kadale Gabor, also known as Cadus1337. Ibe Kroni.
I am the co-host, Zon Namore, Ebe Kruni. This is the way.